What's up, guys? I don't know if this thing's working. Is it working? Yes and no. I look like a fucking smurf right now. Test 1, 2 on the microphones. You guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know before I keep talking for an hour. Yes, I'm fucking blue. It's fucking Blue Man Group night. You guys hear me? It's working. Everything's good. Because I had to dust this shit off because it got really dusty for a while. Couple of things I want to hit up on before we really start getting into some conversation. Everything I had is gone as far as my my layouts and all that shit because I had formatted my computer and I really didn't expect to be coming on the show so quick. So it's kind of put into a package on a backup that in order to get it out, I wouldn't have been able to do the show at all tonight. But you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to be a blue motherfucker. We're going to go with the devil. Yeah, we're much better red. Red's better. So basically, you know, a lot of people have been asking me to bring the show back. And, you know, I wanted to. I ain't going to deny it. But I want to revamp it. I've been, you know, between work, as I mentioned before, with my mother. My mother had gone through breast cancer not once but twice, and she beat it. And after she beat the breast cancer the 2 times, then they wound up finding a tumor in her brain that was cancerous, and my motherfucking mother beat that too. So, just goes to show you where I get my willpower to say fuck you forever, because you're not going to kill me. But you know, I've been dealing a lot with my mother. You know, helping out as much as I could, and then work in general, regular life stuff. But you know, as you guys see, I'm still alive and well, so I didn't die or get killed off. I am, and I'm going to be introducing Melanie. Melanie is going to be my Robin Givens to my Howard Stern. She's going to be co-hosting the show with us, and we're going to get to know her a little bit better because you guys are going to treat her with respect. And we're going to work on ways to make the show come back stronger than ever, especially with this esports. What the fuck? You know, Windows 10 kills me, dudes. Windows 10 is just, I get pop-ups and shit that comes on. But, you know, like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a road to get the show back up and running to the way I want. Work's just been busy, you know, regular life shit. So, you know, basically, I'm going to try to get some guests back on again. I am going to be drinking every episode. I actually, before I bring Melanie on, I actually did do a show with a Street Fighter player, a girl named Star McGee, who does a stream on Twitch. Go check that out. It's, I want to say StarMigee. I had done a talk, I guess a game show episode with her and Alex Vi and everybody, which was kind of cool. I think we're going to start doing stuff like that here as well. We're going to try to do as much wacky shit as possible. But one of the main reasons I wanted to do a show tonight, specifically why, even though I threw in the towel at 10 o'clock and here we are at 12:30 and I'm still going, is because we have a new president coming in and the pretty little snowflakes are upset and they want to riot. So what I'm going to do is, before we get into that, I'm going to get Melanie on, and let me add her in now. And let's do this. Boom. Let's see if I can get this shit to work. Uh-oh, look at that. My guinea pig's still there. And let's close this one. All right, there we go. All right. So, guys, I want to introduce you to Melanie. Melanie's going to be co-hosting the show with me. And we're going to see if we can turn on that Robin Givens, Howard Stern-esque attitude on this show. And I want her to feel free to call me a little dicked white guy if that makes her feel better at the end of the night. Whatever it takes to entertain people, but at the same time keep it real. So anyway, guys, everybody in the chat, give a nice hello to Melanie for me.
Hi.
So let's get into just who you are, for starters, before we get into the whole Trump thing and the race wars and the FGC wars and all the other bullshit, that goes with that crap. What is your background as far as games, cosplay, where you're from? Give everybody a little bit perspective of who you are.
Okay, so my gamer tag is Moxie, or people know me as Moxie Peaches. I have played fighting games for a very long time. I've played fighting games since Sega Genesis, so it's been a while. Competitively, I started playing in college, so back in 2004. I've cosplayed for probably, I don't know, maybe the past 10 years. I make all my own costumes from scratch. All of the characters that I cosplay as, I actually play the games that they're from, or watch whatever shows they're from. Most of my costumes are from video games. So yeah, the games that I was good at, no one plays them anymore. I guess people play BlazBlue again. But I played Vanilla BlazBlue. I played Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Marvel 3 killed that. I was good at Persona 4 Arena. That is done now too because Guilty Gear came out. So yeah, I like Tekken also. So maybe Tekken 7 will bring me back into being competitive. I am kind of all around nerdy, but I'm still an adult because I have adult responsibilities.
Yeah, those responsibilities get you all the time. Let me tell you.
Exactly.
So where were you from? Are you a West Coast gal?
I'm not. I am from the Midwest, and actually, a lot of people may have heard of me because it was probably about 3 years ago now. I started a group for the women of the fighting game community. And it started a bunch of controversy because I had a video blog that I had Adonis, all caps, and Bucci Mane, black, on there. And I had an episode where they were talking about, it was women of the FGC versus pro-hos. And they were basically just telling the difference between what a pro-ho is in the FGC, and it made a bunch of females mad. So, and the only ones that were mad were the girls that were the hoes. So it was that kind of a lot of girls turned on me, and it kind of dismantled the group. And so that was interesting. But it was interesting for the time that I ran it, because I ran the group for about 2 years. But it kind of imploded on itself because some girls don't like to get along. So that was essentially what I learned.
Girls in the FGC kind of have a tendency girls in the FGC kind of have a tendency not to be able to get along, which is kind of odd. You would think, as such a quote unquote minority, that you would think they would gravitate towards each other, but no, it's they act as if who can fight over the most cocks in the FGC. I'm just saying
seriously.
But so
because I've been labeled as that, but it's people have no proof of things. I believe me, have a laundry list of information on people that I would never express to the public. But there are some people in the FGC that do some real scumbag shit. So
that's a given. That's a given.
Yeah.
Girls in the FGC are the only ones who take showers. That's why they stick together. They don't stick together, Baruch.
They sure don't. Some of them take showers, because there are some FGC bitches that don't take showers and don't even play games.
So before I talk directly to the pretty little snowflakes out there that are probably right around now watching the show with a handful of Play-Doh and a Huggy Puppy and whatever else they need to do to stay in their safe zones. Obviously, the election just happened.
It did.
We have a new president. As a Midwest girl, do you mind if I say, like, the area?
Oh, no. I'm from Chicago.
Okay, so
yeah,
as a Chicago native, which is predominantly like New York, a very liberal neck of the woods, what is your perspective on the whole Trump disaster for some, pleasantries for other? Uh-oh, internet problem.
Because I went to my best friend's house, and we were, like, drinking, like, most of the time, but not, like... Oh, wait, say that one more time. Oh, no, internet problem.
Yeah, I see that. Why do I have an internet problem? Let me drop you and re-add you. Let me drop her and re-add her and see if it gives me a better connection this time. I want to make sure she has... We drink the most out of...
Sorry, okay, I'm back
no,
now.
That was me. I dropped it. I dropped it and reconnected it. It got better.
Okay. Okay, so Trump. So I went to my best friend's house that night, and we ended up, like, drinking a lot, and we didn't even watch, like, the actual election. We were, like, watching music videos and stuff, and he had it up on his computer. So we were, like, getting kind of the updates, and we were chilling, and about, like, 9 o'clock, I knew that he was going to win. So, like, at that point, I was like, because he was way ahead of Hillary even at that point, and I was like, dude is about to win. And I was like, this internet troll, like, became our fucking president. And I had a lot of friends that were, like, really devastated. Like, there were people, like, crying. Like, some people were, like, super devastated. I was indifferent because it's politics, and he ended up speaking to the people, like the masses who, kind of are overtly racist, and he kind of spoke to their hearts, and they all voted for him. So he, like, picked out the weaknesses of people and preyed on it because he's a businessman. So he did what he's good at. And that's kind of like how I feel about it. There were some things I don't really care for Hillary about, and I do think that a lot of people voted for her not necessarily because they were on her side, but because they just wanted, like, since she was a woman, and like, oh, we just want kind of anyone to be the first female president. And for the first female president, I don't think that it should have been her. I honestly would have rather Michelle Obama ran.
I would have rather RuPaul.
More qualified.
I don't know if it's your connection. I don't know if it's
seriously.
I
mean, RuPaul is fabulous.
I don't know if it's your connection or mine that's bouncing. I'm still getting that internet problem.
Let's see.
It could be mine. Mine's been flaky. I just told Cablevision to go fuck
Let me. Oh, okay. Let's see. I think that. Well, it says that I'm all online. I think my internet is okay. So let me know if it might have just gotten choppy, like, for that brief period of time.
You know what? Maybe you want to turn the video off.
Okay.
It'll give better bandwidth. Yeah, it'll do a better bandwidth.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm not hearing you now, I don't think, unless I turned my volume off, did I? No. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay.
All right. So, obviously, from my best guess, you didn't run out to vote for Trump.
I didn't vote for either of them. Like, just to be totally honest, I didn't vote for. I did vote, but I did not vote for either of them.
What do you think about the special snowflakes that run around at the college campuses with this, he's not my president.
You know, it's such an interesting thing because it's like, I mean, that is an opinion, but he is the president. He's like all of America's president. He won. And I remember saying that like the next day. It's kind of like, I mean, he's obviously not the only one in charge, because a president still has Congress and, still has all these people that need to vote for his decisions. So it's not like it's just him.
He's not king.
Exactly, he's not the king. Thank you. This isn't England.
I mean, so, the way I hear some of these people bitching and moaning, the whole LGBT community thinks he's going to undo the gay marriage thing. The blacks say they're going to get put into slavery again. And then, women said they're going to have to wear burqas. I'm like, he's not Muslim.
Right. He's from New York.
He's from New York. See, like myself, sometimes we convey messages that people don't like the way we convey them. But then when you look down really at the message that he was saying, is he deporting every Mexican in the country? No.
He's not.
But if you're a criminal and you never tried to do the right thing by becoming an actual citizen, get the fuck out. And you hear people turn around and say shit like, oh, you guys took the land from the Indians. Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you with this, we took the land from the Indians. If that's the case, everybody should be mad at Spain. See, white people like me that came from Ireland, all we discovered is golf, because we invented the stupid game, and how to get drunk. There's no land in the world that the Irish discovered that's like New Ireland. There is none.
Right.
My other half is German.
Right.
Okay, we were fucked up with the Hitler thing. I got it. I'll fall on the sword with that one. But we did that in our own country. But once again, we didn't discover shit.
Right.
Germany didn't discover shit. You basically had 4 countries: England, Portugal, Spain, and Italy. And those were the guys that went out and discovered shit.
Exactly.
Be mad at them. Don't be mad at me. But it's gotten to the point now where everybody's so brainwashed. Like this George Soros dude that I read about nonstop. He college kids. They convinced the college kids to go out and protest. Meanwhile, they got these other motherfuckers that don't want to protest. The anarchists. The emo kids that carved an anarchy symbol in their arm when they were 18. How do I know that? Because I was one of those fucking retards. I did carve it in my arm with a fucking razor blade. Thank God I used a razor blade because it's gone now.
Oh my gosh.
I went through that menopausal phase. I like to use menopause. There's a lot of my world problems. So it's like he's not taking anything away. If anything, what he's doing, and this is the part that like the LGBT community has to accept. The black community is a little different, and it needs to be handled a little different.
Differently, yes, I agree.
Like with the civil rights movement, and I said this on the show before, and I've said it to you in private conversations. It doesn't matter what laws are passed for civil rights, whether it's blacks can vote or not sit in the back of the bus or no more segregation. All of those laws did not change what's in a white person's heart that hates black people. You can pass 100 more laws and say it. It's not going to change the way they're not going to go, oh shit, I can't hate black people no more. It's against the law. You can't pass that.
Exactly.
But now with the LGBT community, and this is where I do feel bad, but at the same time, it's like I said earlier, they got to jump on the sword.
That's true.
You made strides to further the LGBT rights in the United States. And they did great. And we'll call that phase 1. We're going to use the Marvel Universe. That's phase 1. You achieved phase 1. Trump is not going to take phase 1 away. In fact, if anything, he's going to say, I can try and do more. But what you got to remember is your little snowflake feelings that you have about how life is irrelevant when the whole country is suffering.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like somebody had mentioned a post on Facebook today, you know, how their life got better for the 8 years. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, I got this, I got that. I said, well, what did I get? I said, my health insurance went through the fucking roof. And I lost money in my paycheck.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not on Obamacare. You know,
Me
and my insurance went up like 46%, 45, well, whatever it was, about between 40 and 50% since Obamacare became a thing. Now, am I supposed to turn around and start burning fucking effigies of fucking Obama because my insurance went up and I lost money? No, guess what? I take one for the team,
right?
You know, and then I hope when the next guy comes around, he levels it off.
Right.
And the LGBT community have gotten to the point now where they got momentum and they don't want to stop.
Right.
And I feel you. You know, nobody wants to have to stop. But what good is it? What good is pushing your agenda if the rest of them, the people in the country, are going to learn to resent you?
Exactly.
Because your agendas are priority over things like me eating.
Right, right.
You know, and that's something that these people got to step back and look, just like the college kids. And I'll put it out there publicly. If I ever go, and I'm in New York City every day, if I go by a fucking protest and I see an FGC person that I know protesting, hanging out, like you know, that bad kid on the block that your mom said don't hang out with.
Right.
I'm telling the FGC people, don't get involved or you'll be like one of these dumb broads. Yes, I use the word broad for all you women out there. I'm not going to grab anybody by the pussy until Trump passes it as legal. Then I'll do it. But the girls that are getting hit by cars for getting out on the 101 freeway, the protest, like, really? Do you really think people are going to stop because you want to say something? On a freeway, nonetheless. You know, this isn't on the corner by a mall. This is on the fucking freeway. What are they doing 60 miles an hour? And they're all running out like idiots with their iPhone cameras thinking people are just going to stop for them.
Right.
And I hate to say it, I kind of laughed.
I mean, you know, people had such a harsh, like a rash reaction. I don't want to say harsh. They had such rash responses to him winning. And I'm not going to say that they're wrong. I don't think anyone is wrong in their feelings.
No.
But what I feel like it did, I think it showed everyone who their neighbors are. Not even necessarily people like if they voted for Trump. Just the people who are racist that chose to vote for Trump. Because everyone who voted for him isn't racist. I think that's a poor analogy.
See, now the funny spin on that is, you know, because the liberal, and I hate to, because I hate getting into the liberal and conservative shit. The liberal media would make it sound as if anybody that voted for Trump is a racist.
Exactly.
But what's funny is, they're the same ones that would come out and say, well, just because all Muslims don't blow shit up.
Right.
So so everybody's supposed to accept them, but the Trump people are all fucking scumbags.
Racist, exactly.
And it's not the case. Like I said, I know a lot of black people that did vote for Trump. They were afraid to come out and say it for the simple fact that they were afraid to get called an Uncle Tom in their own community.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and and a lot of people ended up becoming like sudden political geniuses, or like internet political geniuses. You know, and it's just it's strange. It's really strange because
But getting to the FGC guys, I'll tell you right now, if I go to a fucking protest and I see an FGC guy, I don't care. It could be like in New York, it could be Yipes, it could be Dominion, it could be Sanford, it could be fucking CD Junior, it could be any of you motherfuckers. I will drag you by the fucking ear and embarrass the shit out of you. I'll be that black mother that embarrasses her drug dealer son in front of all of his customers.
Right.
And I'll smack you. I'll pull my belt out and I'll smack you in the ass with it. Because if and I say this to people nonstop. You're a college student right now.
Exactly.
Get the education you should get. Protesting is not part of your educational curriculum.
It isn't, because you don't know anything in college. I don't care what anyone says. You don't know anything about real life, period.
And coming from somebody that's been shot at, never shot, but stabbed. Somebody that's been stabbed, maced. I was shot with rubber bullets. All those videos you see of like guys getting maced, you really don't get to see the actual reaction of them because it's always shot from a distance.
Exactly, or pepper spray and all. Yeah.
I saw a guy in, I think it was L.A. He ripped the hat off of a Trump supporter, and another Trump supporter maced him.
Wow.
And he had this look on his face like, yeah, fuck you, old man, what you gonna do? And it was some chick that rolled up on side of him and went zap. And all of a sudden you seen them crying, and it was funny because there was another dude there. I guess he must have been his friend, and he had a dog with him. I was hoping the dog bit him because he was so panicky that the dog must have thought like this guy's going crazy. And I was hoping the dog bit him on top of him, trying to get the mace out of his face. And one of the things that, I kind of really, fucking Baruch Goldstein, I fucking maced myself in the face one time just to see what it's like. So what? But, in the FGC, I mean, obviously, depending on the geographical location you are, which is kind of funny because like when we always talk about Midwest, West Coast, and East Coast, we're pretty much talking about New York, California, and Illinois.
Exactly.
Which is all three blue states. Well, were. Actually, no. Did Hillary won Illinois, right? Yeah, she had to have. That's Obama.
Yeah,
country.
Of course.
Yeah. So all three are like, blue states. You won't see too many people, hopefully, stupid enough to go out there and try to get involved in this shit. Look, if you need work, go get a fucking job pushing carts at Walmart. But don't take $15 an hour to basically get arrested. Because the real ones that are involved with this type of shit, they're using you as that patsy. That's all you are. They're going to do the damage, and then they're going to hope your stupid, naive college ass gets caught in the melee, and you're the one that gets arrested. And trust me, George Soros is not bailing you out. And it's like, why would you go protest something that you can't change? Like, literally, do you think that if you protest every day that Trump's going to go, you know what, you're right. You know what, hey, Hillary, just take the presidency. I quit. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, do you think your message?
It's not.
Do you think your message is going to get across by calling Trump an asshole and burning effigies? And do you think he's going to go, you know what? I'm going to give you what you want. Because I'm going to say, hey, fuck you, Melanie. I hate your guts. By the way, can I borrow $10 off you? You're going to say, go fuck yourself.
Actually, okay, so speaking of Trump, I'm going to explain this situation that literally happened to me last night. So I was going to a friend's surprise birthday party at this little bar. So it was like way up on the north side. So me and my best friend and his wife, we went out there, and some of our other friends were already there. And so I get this notification on my phone because obviously Google is connected to everything now. It's connected to YouTube. So I got this notification that someone had replied to a comment on a video that I had written. So this video is it's like a food hack video. The video is called The Five Guys Burgers and Fries Loophole. So it was basically like how to get the most out of your money at Five Guys Burger Restaurant. So you'll see why I'm mentioning that right now. So, okay, the comment that I wrote, I was like, oh, so many people are negative in the comment section. Because I guess they were like saying that this dude wasn't funny or whatever. And so this was 2 months ago that I wrote this comment. Last night, a guy who was using Chris Hansen's profile picture and like his name for a YouTube comment, he says, "Shut up, nigger. Trump won. You're fucked. Gotta start working and supporting your grandma. People like you abusing the system are disgusting." I replied to him with this video by famous Dex called Hoes Mad. That was the only comment that I wrote. That was enough. And it wasn't even something like that was super upsetting. It was more disappointing because this is clearly like people who had commented on it when I wrote it on Facebook. They were like, it was an internet troll. I'm like, it was clearly an internet troll. It was probably some 13-year-old kid who fucking lives in his mom's basement or something. But the point is, why aren't these kids being regulated with the shit that they say on the internet? You don't know that your kids are like doing silly racist bullshit on the internet? Either you're racist yourself and you don't care what your kids do, or there's something else going on in your home. But why is there no type of regulation for parents to sit down with their kids and be like, this is how you use the internet responsibly as a child? As an adult, clearly people do whatever the fuck they want to, because 80% of the internet is porn.
Yeah.
But as a child, though, why do you have a Facebook account? Why do you have a YouTube account? What are you looking at?
Well, my thing,
Like,
my thing is like this, and you know, me and Baruch Goldstein over there have been on the internet since BBS days in the 80s. I don't think I've ever. I've seen comments back and forth on things. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's like you said. It's my upbringing. Like, I was told, like, you don't go on the internet if you're an asshole to me or not, and go, you fucking nigger. Like, why would you like? I just don't understand. Like, I'll call you a whore. I'll call you a piece of shit. You know, if your teeth are all fucked up, I'll call you a gappy ass bitch. I'll even call you nappy ass hoe. But Don Imus got in trouble for that one because that reflects, well, white girls don't have nappy hair. So I mean, I'd have to twist that. But it's like you listen to people and you read things and you go like what in your head was like, well, you know what, this would be funny,
right? Because clearly, according to everything, the more offensive you are, the funnier it is. That's not the first time I've been called a racial slur. It's not the first time I've been called a bunch of offensive shit. I've been called awful shit by other girls. So it's not, it's not new. But it's something where it's a shame that people need to do that type of stuff to feel validated in life, because that's really all it is. Or they're just bored or whatever. Or they think that it'll get, like, apparently racism equates, like, humor, and...
You know what it is? But it does. Here is where things get fucked up. Racism does equate humor. But unfortunately, they don't listen. Like, you listen to an early Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, Richard Pryor,
Of course.
And some of the stuff they said was funny. And Chappelle, perfect example. But these motherfuckers aren't doing stand-up routines.
Exactly.
it's like you're just it's like how many times can I say the word nigger in one sentence, and somehow the more I say it, the funnier it gets.
Right. And and if there is a scenario, it's like it's also about comedic timing. A lot of people that try to be offensive don't understand comedy, period. So it's like if you were trying to be funny, you fail.
I mean, I've said plenty of fucked up things on this show.
You're right.
And my whole attitude is like the Trump attitude. If you really think I'm a racist, then fuck it, I don't care. If that's gonna make you sleep better at night, then I'm a racist.
Right.
And it's like when you listen to how all of a sudden in the FGC, all of a sudden people in the FGC are coming up with I got called a nigger today.
Are they saying by people in the FGC? Or you're just saying in general
since the whole Trump thing. Now all of a sudden guys I was walking up the block minding my business, listening to my beatbox, carrying chicken and watermelon home for dinner, and some rednecks pulled up in a Monte Carlo and called me a nigger.
Right.
And it's like, well, I mean, he didn't say chicken. Well, they didn't say chicken and watermelon, but I ate that one in there.
No, but I know who you're talking about. But it's, it is a situation where it's kind of like, obviously this happens.
But it was happening before this.
Right, it was there before. The only thing that voting Trump into office did was make you aware of who was openly racist.
Exactly.
That's really it.
People that hate racism should be thanking Donald Trump, because now all the real racists think they can just come out and be racist.
Exactly. And they just think like, oh, well, Trump is going to protect us. No, you're going to have a gang of fucking black people, Mexicans, and probably some Asians coming to whoop your ass. Trump being president isn't protecting you from saying racial slurs to someone and them not wanting to retaliate.
Just like the idiots that are putting up assassinate Trump.
Yeah.
Now they're all getting arrested, and they're like, "What do you mean?"
Right.
Well, he's not the president yet. Technically, he's a president.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I made a comment. I said I never wished Obama dead.
No.
I didn't like a lot of his policies, but I was like, at the end of the day, he's still my president. I mean, unless I decide to give up my American citizenship, whoever's president is my president. You don't like him, fine. I don't like my president is what you dumbasses should be saying. Not exactly. He's not my president. And I noticed something. He's not my president really brings out and displays the racism amongst those who say they're tolerant. Why is it every motherfucker wants to go to Canada and don't want to go to Mexico? What's wrong with Mexico?
Exactly. You know what's so funny? A friend of mine has been doing this thing called Truth Tuesday. He's in the FGC. And he had wrote last week, he was like, so how many of y'all made it to Canada, huh? and today he had said something else about that. He was like, oh, so are y'all still here, or did you all go to Canada?
And they're not going nowhere. They're not going
No one is going anywhere.
I mean, when I heard FGC guys say it, I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't got a job. You don't win tournaments. What are you gonna pull a fucking Dr. Banner and hitchhike? Exactly.
But then they would still need a passport, so they still need $120 to get a passport.
You need to become a citizen either here or there, one or the other, and they require you to have money in a bank account, which you don't have.
Exactly. But I do agree with that, because no one ever mentioned, oh, we could go to Mexico. It's because there's too many brown people. So they don't want to go there.
No, nobody wants to go there. White people don't want to be, which is kind of weird. White people spend their whole life trying to get tan, but yet don't want to be around brown and black people. I'm like, really? That makes no sense.
Lip injections and ass implants and fake titties. Which is nothing wrong with that if that's what you do.
Monkey Chime, I doubt Ed Boon voted for Trump. He's from Chicago.
Wait, say that one more time?
I said I doubt Ed Boon voted for Trump.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah,
probably not.
No. I don't think anybody at NRS voted for Trump.
Probably not.
But again, one of the things I want to convey, and again, here's me with my little fucking black heart with that little soft spot in it. To the people in the FGC, in the LGBT, WXYZ, LSD community, oh my God, he picked on our acronym. I don't care. You know what I mean. But but my thing is you don't have to fear that your life is going to get put into the shadows because Trump became president.
When somebody just said really quickly, Americans can live in St. Martin for up to 6 months at a time and can work there without a permit or visa. Let's go to the beach. Oh, that's pretty good. And I've spoken to a lot of people in the FGC that are active, whether they're part of the LGBT community or if they have friends in it, and they genuinely have a worry, and I sympathize with that, Yes.
But I don't sympathize with you being a pussy.
Exactly.
Just because you're gay don't mean you have to be a bitch.
I do agree with that. I don't, just like how, just as a really quick equivalent to that, like how we'll talk about stereotypes for a second. Like how black women are viewed in general in the media. We're angry. We're, this and that. We're, excuse me, most of the time we're angry is usually how it is portrayed.
You mean that's not true?
No, it isn't. I'm a generally really happy person. I only get angry when it is necessary for me to be angry.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Yes.
White guys soften black girls up. Just saying.
Are you trying to give me a hint, James?
I'm just telling you. Us white guys, because you get that. I don't want to. I never liked the words jungle fever, but you get that. That Vulcan mind meld type shit going on, mixing chocolate with vanilla and getting some caramel out of it, and you're both treading on this quote unquote taboo on both sides of the family, pretty much.
Right.
And it's like I've seen I've seen black girls that were the epitome of ghetto, literally. A scar from the top of her head down to the fucking bottom of her left tit. And you're like, what happened? You're like, my man cut me. And then she gets with a white man, and she's like, oh my God, I love you, you're the best. And you're like, wow, really? Like 3 weeks ago, you were giving head weaves and bobs telling me you fucked me up.
Right. Because it depends on where you grow up. I mean, I grew up in the south side of Chicago, and in a very rough neighborhood. I used to see prostitutes walking up and down the street when I was a kid.
I used to patronize them. I used to patronize them, so. I was like, yo, come here, honey.
I know you grew up in a rough area, too. So it's people who grow up like that have a different view on life in general, because you didn't grow up in the Silver Spoon or the gated community or whatever. You actually had to be worried for your life sometimes coming home.
They didn't.
And that's just
we didn't have gated communities. I don't know about y'all. Y'all Midwest folk got gated communities. That's like a Florida thing.
That is some
where all
Florida
the senior citizens go and shit.
Or in Indiana. Chicago doesn't have that. There's the north side and the suburbs. And I mean downtown, some parts of downtown, because there is a prison downtown.
Now Mr. Fifth said this, and he's quite accurate. James wants his girls to taste like Now and Laters. Yes, that's exactly what I want. And Baruch Goldstein is right. He puts this picture on fucking Twitter. I went to this strip club, and I got to dance with a black chick. And by the time she came out the room, she was sweating like she had sex for like 9 days. And her name was Butter, her stage name. So they say James is the man who melted butter. That was the running joke for years.
Oh.
But what was funny was literally 2 days ago, not yesterday. I'm sorry, it was yesterday. I had a black chick randomly, but she was, see, like, I always get the ghetto girl. I always get the girl with the head bobs and all that. And then once you kind of start talking, all of a sudden the head bobs and the weave. I think that head bob and weave thing is protection from black men.
You know, okay, to an extent, I will not say that is 100% false, because of the way that some black guys do approach black women. It is different than how they will approach women of other races. And to be honest, it's really fucked up. And I'm not saying this is all black guys. I don't want anybody to take what I have to say out of context at all. I love black men a lot, but a lot of them don't like us. So, I mean, just being real.
Well, black man's white kryptonite is those white girls that the white guys don't want.
Yep. That's
like,
true.
Like every time, like
That's
I'm with my black friends, or even some of my Spanish friends, and they'd be like, "Yo, look at that ass." I'd be like, "Dude, I'd get lost. I wouldn't know what to do with that. I'm a white guy. Like I like that flat old pancake looking thing that, like, I could fry 2 pancakes on it. I mean, I'm like, I wouldn't know what to do." Now, what was funny was yesterday. This was I was over in Brooklyn working, and I had this girl come up to me. And I'm sitting down smoking a cigarette, and she's like, "Hey, you know who you look like?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Bart Simpson, fucking Homer Simpson, I don't know, what are you trying to say?" And I just thought, like, she was breaking my balls. She's like, "Nick Nolte, the dude from 48 Hours. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, all right, well, wait a second. Dee-wee photo of Nick Nolte? Because I remember when he got a Dee-wee, he had his hair all scraggled out and looked like Who Did It and Ran. She's like, no, when he was younger. And then she sits down and starts talking to me. And I was talking to her. And, sorry, guys, I know everybody in the chat's Rico fucking Suave. My nuts climbed up my asshole. I lost my balls. And I continued the conversation. And I knew all I had to do was... I could have played it to, "Yo, baby, just give me your digits," but I didn't. But I didn't. Her name was when she told me her name. Why can't see your name's simple, Melanie?
Yes.
Her name is Jonique.
Jonique. It's unique.
I was like, Jonique. I mean, not Shaquisha. But it was, I didn't seal the deal, but I was like, she's a good-looking girl. She was obviously a college girl, so, me, being an old motherfucker than I am, I'm not part of the Democrat, what do they call that? The spirit cleansing and,
wait,
the spirit cleansing and all that other shit, so.
She was college age, so she was trying to get a sugar daddy.
Girls that are like 12 years old, like Bill Clinton and all them. I'm more into girls that are younger, but I was like, college? I could do that. But then I thought to myself for that second, what's going to happen if she brings me around her neighborhood?
As a black girl?
Like, literally, what would happen?
You know what?
The first thing I thought of is every one of her friends would be like, he's white.
Maybe. Well, was she like a hood black girl, or was she just like
she was a temporary hood black girl?
Okay, was she being hood to like fit in, or what? Did it seem like a genuine thing?
I think she was raised well, but also raised on the street, so she kind of had the
It was a mix.
It was a mix because, like,
right.
the conversation, like I said, she held a conversation as if it was anybody that was a non-hood person, and all of a sudden, it was when she sat down, I was getting the come on, ask me for my fucking number already.
Right. Okay. Oh, I see.
So I just kind of said, sorry, it ain't going to happen. I'm going to go home and jerk off tonight.
Why didn't you go for it?
I don't know. Like I said, I just... I guess because it caught me off guard.
Oh, I
was
see.
I was literally working. I came outside to smoke a cigarette. You know, and listen, I'm like one of the killer bees. If it ain't black and yellow, it ain't for me. Like I only hang out with black chicks and Asians.
Wu-Tang Killer Bees.
If it ain't a black chick or an Asian chick, I don't want it. Like I ain't fucked a white chick in like 2001.
Well, I could see that. I could see that with just like how your personality is.
Yeah, because they you know what it is. Sometimes I get the dirty biker white chicks. That's what I get.
Ugh.
You know, dirty, not dirty like dirty cooch dirty. But
no,
like,
I know, but you mean like
that like the chick that would go with a bunch of guys on a bike. Maybe she gets gang banged and doesn't tell me. You know, that type of shit.
Which a lot of them do, though.
Yeah,
that's how a lot of them get, like, sworn into biker gangs.
And Baruch, I didn't give up on Mexicans. I just put them, like, on the back burner. Like,
they're like
after the ex-wife thing, you know, Spanish girls they fell off. It's just the way it is. You know, and it's like, I try to alternate months. You know, 1 month
I have
is
some
Asian.
exes that love them some Spanish girls.
April is, February is Black History Month, so it's only black that month. But then April and May I'll do Asian, and June when it's a little warm out I'll do some black girls. And I just try to,
You have like a seasonal dating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I got tech. I got tech for days, and I don't. And that's the part that kind of bothered me about not sealing a deal on the chick yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like,
was this at a bar?
No, it was on the street.
Oh, wow. Oh, I can see why it would catch you off guard then.
It wasn't like I was anywhere. I was just like, literally, I came outside from work to smoke a cigarette, and like within 10 minutes of sitting down, I was like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, that she
did one of those roll-ups, like you can't listen. I know the FGC full of so many studs, but you can't just tell a chick like, hey, turn around.
Are you talking about the men of the FGC?
Yeah,
because that's a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably like maybe 15 attractive dudes.
My thing is, it's like she rolled up on me so close and hard, like I couldn't even like when I go to buy a car, I like to drive the car first. You don't buy a car without driving it because you might buy a shit box. But before you get in the car, you inspect the car.
Exactly.
She rolled up so close to me, I didn't get to inspect the car.
Oh.
Now, I was looking at her and she looked good, but it went from, you're supposed to do a couple of 360s for me in this conversation, but she just came and sat.
Oh.
So I was like, well, I didn't get to peek the ass until she left, and then I was like, fuck. And again, she didn't have black man ass desire. She had white man's ass desire. It had a bump. It had an apple bump to it.
Okay.
It wasn't that one where you go, man, every black guy desires this. Probably most black guys looked at it and go, nah, that shit's whack. I don't know if they still say whack.
Yeah, whack is still a thing.
All right, so it's like. But for me, I was like, you know what? I should have fucking said something, and I didn't. And then
you should have, James.
Yeah, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Like I said, for every one, there's two more.
That's true. And you live in New York where you barely see the same person twice.
That's the downside a lot of times, though. But it has its upsides. One of those where you wake up and you're like, oh, fuck, did I do that?
Exactly.
You say, you know what? I never have to see you again. I mean, I'm the king of taking people to my house so they'll never figure out how to get there.
Well,
I pick up my neighbor, and she won't be able to get back to my house.
Oh wow!
I've been driving around for 4 hours, and if I say, "Wow, they're too coherent. Let me put a couple of drinks in him.
Yeah.
Let me hit him with that Nostradamus knowledge, that psychicness, and they start thinking, well, he's a little crazy, but he probably still fucks good. And then by the time you're done, oh, we're here. Oh, we didn't finish the conversation. No, we'll finish it another time. Next time you come over, we'll finish.
Hysterical.
You know.
And then they clearly don't know how to get back.
Oh yeah. I wish I had another house that I can set up as a makeshift, like Walking Dead, like bring a zombie here, bang the zombie out, and just let it go back into the wild. But
really? So Chaotic Defiller said, you mean how half the FGC looking like Birdie from SF5?
Well, the problem is Birdie. Here's the problem. Birdie actually has food. He can afford food.
Yeah. Birdie like clearly has food. He has like money to buy like a silver chain and like leather clothes. And keep his mohawk nice and buy giant donuts. But the FGC, oh my God. Okay. I have a lot of stories about poor hygiene dudes in the FGC. But there was a situation at Combo Breaker this year. I was watching grand finals of, I want to say it was probably Marvel, I think. And so I was in there with two of my friends, and we weren't close to the front. We were kind of we were on the right side, looking at the right screen, because there was like a middle stage, a left stage, and a right stage, kind of like how Evo is, but like on a slightly smaller scale. So we're sitting over there, and we're probably about 10 rows from the very front. And there's this guy who was sitting directly in front of us, and he was so gross. He had this big afro with like these 3 dreadlocks in the back. And then he had acrylic fingernails, like nails like mine, but he was like dressed like a guy, looked like a guy, had glasses on. And then the thing that was gross about it was he was eating, because in the venue they were like selling food. So they had like nachos or whatever. This dude had he had hot dogs, and then he had like this whole tray of nachos.
Say that again. He had what?
He had hot dogs.
Well, had what? One more time? Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
I didn't know. Hot dogs. We're not going to do this thing.
Hot dogs.
We're not going to do this. So, okay, he had that, and then he had nachos. And so he's digging his long acrylic fingernails into this cheese, and it's getting all over his facial hair. It was disgusting. It was I didn't even want to eat anything the rest of the day, because he was sitting right in front of us, and we were just wow, this is real gross. And I should have taken a picture of it, but I talked about it on Facebook, and people were real grossed out. It was disgusting. And I've seen dudes walk through tournaments barefoot.
Oh yeah. Listen, you know what it is? And this again, this goes hand in hand with the pretty little snowflakes that think they're all individual. Don't crimp my style. Listen, your fucking crow's feet with your fucking yellow gangrene looking toes, nobody wants to see them at the event. They don't understand that. Oh, I'm expressing myself. So if I kick the shit out of you, can I just say I was expressing myself? Some people, they have no class when, and this is not he's black, you got to put. No, listen, I've met black people that have class. I've met black people without class. I meet more white people without class. Than any other race. White people are the least classy. Including myself. I listen, I can be classy when I have to. Put enough booze in me and my dick will be dingling out. I'll be drooling all over myself, and I'll be walking around cursing out the world. But it's funny because those people that come to the events, yeah, you know what, you contribute. money to
True.
the TO.
That's true.
Because when was the last time you seen a bearded, nappy ass, 3 fucking dreaded motherfucker with hangnails at top 3 at top 3 in any game?
And like super sloppy. It was really gross. Like I was confused because I'm like, the hotel. Every hotel gives you free soap. This isn't. What is the problem? You can even ask the front desk for a toothbrush sometime and a razor.
And listen, and I'm gonna be a racist. Juanita, or I don't know, what's a Jamaican woman's name?
Oh, I can't think of
an island woman, a black island woman's name would be. Let's see, what would you call? It's always like Desiree.
True, yeah, that's
you could ask Desiree or Juanita when they pass with the cart. They'll give you more soap. They'll give you more towels. You don't even have to be staying in a fucking room.
You don't. Like, they don't know. Like, most of the time, they don't even care.
But again, it's, the FGC is... The problem with the FGC, and I'm going to get back to Trump shit in a minute. The biggest problem in the FGC is the FGC people listen to scumbags.
Uh-huh.
And they worship the world that they are involved in, because those so-called scumbags who say, I do so much. If anybody in the community says they do for the community, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Nobody does nothing for the community. They do it for their own notoriety. They do it for their own opportunity, for doors to open up that they can make money, or they do it straight up for the money.
That's absolutely true.
I hear guys, these 2 commentators from the West Coast, they contribute so much to the scene. Bullshit.
Yeah, or from I was about to say something real messy, and I kind of
don't worry about it. I'll probably say it in a minute anyway. Or you get TOs from down south, underneath the Georgia border of Florida, for example.
Yeah. Yes, you read my mind, because that's exactly what I was going to talk about.
They're so gun-ho for that pat on the back.
And so cocky about it. It's relax.
You do video game tournaments, motherfucker. You're not solving the cancer problem. You're not putting money in everybody else's pocket. No, you put it in your own pocket.
And then cocky to the point where they downplay and shit talk other tournaments. That is the stuff that bothers me. And because that whole situation with how that was handled with Final Round earlier this year was really tacky.
Yeah.
And it was extremely disrespectful, because if anybody had done that to his tournaments or said that about his tournaments, he would have pitched a bitch fit.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all know that he would have.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And what's funny is somehow he gets a job with DreamHack. Go figure that out. And again, it's not to rip into him. I mean, I can rip into Ski Shot. I can rip into him, Ski. Listen, when it comes, for me, perfect example, West Coast. I like Alex Vi. Now, me and Alex Vi have words at times.
Yes.
But we come from a generation, and this is the difference between us and the newer guys that are in this generation. We can have words, and then when we see each other, it doesn't have to become a fuck you.
Uh-huh.
We disagree on a lot of things. Do I think Alex is a dick? No. I like the guy. He's never done nothing to me that made me say oh, fuck this dude. He's always been respectful to me. He's always treated me respectful. He's said his opinion. He's come on the show, said his opinion. We've talked about it, and we just usually say, all right, we agree to disagree on something. But by no means do I hate him.
Exactly.
Mike Ross is another guy on the West Coast that I respect.
I agree. I like Mike Ross a lot. He's actually a really nice person.
You know, but the other half of Mike Ross, I can't stomach. You know,
like the show.
No, Gutex. I can't stomach Gutex.
Oh.
I can't stomach him. I can't stomach him. Like I'd rather have my tooth.
Like,
I'd rather have my. I would rather get my tooth pulled out through the hole of my penis than hang out. Than hang out with him and actually try to engage in conversation.
I've seen Gutex in passing. I don't really care that much about top players. I never have. Like, I just don't. If you're good at games, that's cool. But to me, it means more if you're like a decent person in real life, you know. And those are the people from the FGC that I remain friends with. Because I've known girls who would like chase top players, and even dudes. Dude, like, I've had dudes be, like, super impressed that I, like, knew certain players. I'm like, they're just regular fucking people. Like, they're not millionaire celebrities.
Like, oh, my God, Melody, I want to suck Justin Watt's cock. Can you hook it up? Yeah,
it's like, I mean, like, but most of them have really bland personalities, to be honest. Mike Ross is normal. Like, there's a couple who are, like, normal people, you know, and they're just, like, real cool and just real chill. Chris G is cool. Like, it's a few of them who are just normal.
Well, Chris is East Coast. He can call himself West Coast till he's blue in the face. He'll always be. But on the West Coast, one person I really like that is F Champ.
Really?
Yeah.
You
know what it is though? I started, you know, we interacted in the beginning a little bit here and there, and then when his grandmother passed away, we started talking, and I seen the foundation he has in his family beyond, you know, and again, you earn my respect not by how good you are at a game. It's who you are as a person.
That's true.
And that's something that the FGC loses sight of. Like, I don't care.
The FGC does lose sight of that.
If Daigo could be the god of Street Fighter V, if I seen him call some black guy, I don't want to hang out with that nigger. Bing down.
Right.
You know, then I would never respect him.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that the FGC has a problem remaining truthful to is, you know, just because you're good at a game doesn't mean you're special. You're not.
And it doesn't make you a good human being.
No.
Like, some of these players get literally worshipped, and they're total pieces of shit. And when I first got introduced into the FGC, back when I was in college, so that was like 2004. So back then, I had a very narrow view of the fighting game community because I only went to Midwest tournaments. I only knew Midwest people. And that was it. Generally, most of the Midwest gets along with each other, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. We go to each other's houses and have barbecues, and most of the women here are married to other FGC players who are, you know, but they're not scumbags though. They're not married to the scumbags. So that's the difference. But when I started traveling outside of the Midwest and learned more about like the other scenes and like really saw how some of the other scenes are, I was like, wow, this is real fucked up. Because I thought that this person was cool. They're not. This person is an asshole. This dude is a hoe. They're like,
unless you travel the scene, you really don't get a true understanding. That's why, like I said, when I hear the West Coast people lie, especially these commentators on the West Coast lie, how diverse and accepting the FGC is, I say to myself, well, wait a second. I'll start on the TO level. And again, I'm not trying to start conspiracy theories.
Yep.
But the only two black TOs are on the East Coast, and they get shit on the most.
Yep.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not. I have East Coast bias. I won't deny it. But it just seems odd that if you're not part of the Capcom clique, somebody like Lap Chi.
Or Justin and Friends.
Yeah, Lap Chi buys his way to get in a tournament, and then once he gets the tournament and flies in all the players, he cheaps out on all the other players.
Yeah.
and charges you the low price, the Bernie Sanders $9.98, for a Twitch stream, and it's like, okay, you throw a lavish party, that's nice. You fly in all the top players, that's nice. But me as a customer, what do I get? What, I get to hang out with Daigo? Oh fuck, the dude don't even speak English.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm gonna hang out with him and have a blast.
Exactly. Some people just like to be in the presence of top players, which is weird. And it's just like, it's such a strange circumstance. Like when I would talk, okay, when I was still friends with Perfect Legend, for example, I've known Carl for a real long time.
You keep talking, I'm going to put you down with my wireless on, and I'm going to go grab another bottle of wine because I killed one.
Oh, no problem. So he is from Ohio and not far. And so he would obviously travel, like back when UFGT still happened, he would travel here. And so he, like, I remember it was one tournament that I was at, and it was a friend from Chicago, and he was like super surprised that I knew who Perfect Legend was. And he was like so excited. It was like this whole thing for him. And I was really confused on why he was like worshipped like this. And it's like, I get it, that he won Evo a few times and all of that, but it was just so strange to me to see that it was such a big deal for someone else, like almost like a fan. It was just such an odd situation. Let's see. Wine is delicious. It's never.
I'll go through like 3 bottles tonight.
Right, exactly. Perfect 13 Legend. Actually, that was what ended my friendship with him, because I had posted a meme of Sonic Fox winning, or Sonic Fox beating him. And it was a funny meme. It really wasn't anything like as a jab to Carl. I don't do like stuff like that on purpose. Like, it was really me just like making fun. And Carl, he deleted me from Facebook, and he had apparently like deleted a bunch of people when that happened. But it was like, we've been friends for like 8 years, dude. Like, is it really that serious? I just didn't understand that. So that was
people were losing friends over who voted for who.
That's true. And and it's just, that's how fickle most FGC relationships are. Friendships, real relationships, all of that. So it doesn't matter. Thank you. So it really kind of doesn't matter.
Wow. Monkey Chime basically said you work at DMV. He says, the reason why James MK has this chick on the show is he wants to cut the line at DMV.
Wow. I actually work in the entertainment industry, which is hilarious.
She's a porn star.
Make money than you. I don't have to work at the DMV.
But again, for me, it's like, like on the West Coast, I like people, but I don't care about a lot of them.
Right, I agree with that.
Like honestly, God forbid, like the people that I've mentioned, like Alex or Mike Ross or F Champ, Snake Tits, I don't include Justin, even though he's West Coast now. Like Justin, PR Rog, Ricky, I like them too. Like beyond
I
like
do like
five
PR Rog and Ricky too.
Like out of 5 or 6 people, if God forbid something happened, I would actually be sad.
Right.
But the ones who are assholes, I wouldn't shed a tear.
No, because it's so unnecessary. It's like, why are you an asshole? Like, you don't even make maybe $20,000 a year playing fighting games all year. So what is it like? Why are you rude to people? Why do you treat all girls like hoes or like they want to fuck because they talk to you? That is not realistic, because most of y'all don't even look good enough for a sane adult woman to want to even bother, and they want to treat everybody the same. Like everybody's riding their jocks or whatever. Like they going to the strip club, like throwing stacks of, $1,000.
Well, that's like a while ago. I forgot how it happened, but there's a group of the feminazis, like what's her name, fucking Sagat looking chick out there. What the hell's Sagat looking chick?
Oh yeah, she totally doesn't like me.
But she she wasn't involved with this, but this hexamaniac Michael, whatever the hell she calls herself, there were all these feminazis and.
Most of them are from the West Coast, unfortunately.
Oh, they were all West Coast people, but they had this attitude, like, again, one of them said, like, oh, the old man didn't die yet. See, at that point...
About you?
Yeah, at that point...
Wow.
At that point, I want you dead. But I don't want you dead fast. I want you slow. I want, the tip of your finger get cut in a certain way they can never fix it. And it's going to take 4 weeks for you to bleed to death.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
Why would you ever wish for someone else to be dead? Nothing is that serious.
That's the only time that I've taken it to a real extreme. Look, I don't get along with Ski Sonic. I don't like him at all. In fact, I kind of hate him. But I don't wish him dead. I wish him. I mean, I wish Superman 2. He got zapped into that fucking mirror and floating into space forever.
Oh right.
Right. With no chance of getting out. You could put James Chen and fucking David in there with him. But I don't hate them to the point that I want harm to them.
Exactly.
So when people do go to that level, they're shocked. There was a girl. That called for the assassination of Trump on my Twitter timeline.
Wow.
So I turned around and I casually said, I didn't say I would do it because I'm not a rapist. I said, you're the type of girl that should get raped in front of a crowd so they can watch.
Wow.
And I knew what was going to happen because my fucking Nostradamus spider sense was tingling. And I said to myself, the men in this equation, because she was a young girl, 20s or whatever.
Of course.
So there's a bunch of jerk-offs that worshipped her. And I knew it was only a matter of time before one of them saw it and said, that's disgusting. And we got into a dialogue. But then we got into a dialogue. And the first thing he said, oh, but she was joking. I said, oh, I guess then I was joking too.
Oh, man. I have a really good story about that. So... it doesn't have anything to do with Trump. This was actually during the time of my Women of the FGC group. It was kind of like when it started to deteriorate. So there was this girl, Amanda. I've never met her in real life. I don't believe anyone has ever met this girl in real life. So it was kind of hard to prove if she played games for real or whatever. Anyway, she was a pretty girl. She would always post kind of thirst trap type pictures.
Which girl was this?
Huh?
Which girl?
Her name was Amanda.
I know.
I don't remember her. I actually do remember her gamer tag, but I won't say.
I met her.
You met her in real life?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I thought she was the artist.
Yes.
Yep, she's legit.
Oh okay. So, she had made some type of post, and this was back during the time when Ricardo was still a thing. And so she had said something, and Ricardo had wrote something outrageous like he usually did, and I'd said like a joke in response to that. Chocobo Lauren, who is she's the baby mama of that fucking Smash player.
Yeah, the one that smashed her apparently.
Yes, exactly. And
except in the face instead of fucking the vagina.
Yeah. So, I do not know her, period. But she decided to screen cap that dialogue between me and him and Amanda and put it on Twitter and talk about how disgusting it was that I was quote-unquote joking about rape. I was not joking about rape at all, period. But she took it out of context and screenshotted what she wanted to and put it on her fucking Twitter with all of these people that, follow up under her and suck her toes and bow to her because she fucking got knocked up by a Smash player. Nobody fucking cares. So then she decided she had like all of these white knights and all of these fucking West Coast bitches commenting on it and bad mouthing me. So I direct messaged her, or no, not direct messaged her. I added her on Twitter at that time, and I was like, if you're gonna talk shit about me, you should probably let me know. Keep my name out of your mouth because you don't know me. And if you have a problem with that, you can see me in real life. And I bet that you won't have anything else to say after that.
See, you're a black girl, though.
Huh?
You're a black girl, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not good.
And I'm a pretty tall black girl.
I know, but white girls buckle under the pressure of blackness. You didn't know that
exactly.
yet? White guys do it too, except somebody like me.
Oh, no, because you know who came to her rescue? Hanzo Gonzo. Because he came right up because I guess I was being... Yeah, I guess I was being too mean to her for defending myself. And he came in and he decided to be like, because at the time I was still doing my video blog regularly. He's like, your video blog sucks. And this is... I'm like, you're a fucking grown man and you're bullying a girl on the internet over this bitch who was the main person who was antagonizing me. I didn't even do anything to her. I didn't know her before she decided to screenshot something.
Hanzo is a troll, Sokuro said. You know what? He
wasn't trolling that day.
He's saying he actually is. Like, the trolls that you put on your front lawn?
Like
he's like one of those little Oompa Loompa motherfuckers.
He looks like a troll. Because I told him the same thing I told her. I was like, I mean, you can say this shit on the internet, but if I see you in real life, you're not going to say this shit. So you should stop it now. And then he was, I'll say, I think that those conversations are actually still on my Twitter. I should go back and see if they're there. But it was just such a strange situation because I'm like, for people, and she had like all these white knights coming up, under her and trying to defend her. And I guess Hanzo Gonzo thought that he was going to like be tough. And I just thought it was hysterical because I saw both of them. Because I ended up seeing her at Evo. She probably didn't know it was me or didn't notice or whatever. And I saw him at Combo Breaker Combo Breaker last year. And both of them acted like they did not know me. So it's funny. Basically, don't say things that you don't mean to someone in an antagonizing way over the internet. I mean, unless you know me personally, don't put my name in some drama-filled bullshit that wasn't even that serious, and then use it as like some libertarian, like white knight type of like, oh, look at this horrible girl joking about rape, and I'm like, now you're just throwing my name under the bus because I was never joking about rape. So you just made a bunch of people think some shit that wasn't real.
I'm gonna educate you right now. Okay, there's certain rape, white trash, nigger, spick, chink, retard.
Yeah.
What other words? What else are trigger words?
Trigger words for the wrong SJWs.
The wrong pronouns for the wrong person because you're supposed to automatically know how they identify.
Right.
Which makes it even like I know a lot of transgender people. Not a lot, but I mean I know transgender people that you can look at them and say, all right, they do identify as a woman. But the fat sloth that was at Combo Breaker in front of you with fucking Lee press-on nails, sticking his fingers in his nacho cheese, I don't know what the fuck is he? Is that the fucking dwarf from Lord of the Rings? How am I supposed?
I didn't know what was happening there. I was so confused and grossed out. I didn't know what to say.
And it's like you can't assume nothing. Yeah, but people techie cunt is the best word ever made.
Yeah,
it's the word that can turn a woman into a demon. That's the most powerful word. And then when a woman doesn't allow that word to fucking make her turn green, that's the girl you got to worry about.
Yeah,
like when you meet a girl that says that word, they'll say, "Oh, she's trash." No, it's like what I was. Who was it? Oh, the guy I was working with today. He's a Trini guy, and we were talking about the politics shit, and we came across the racism line, and I said, people get mad when you use the word nigger, but the word nigger was taken into the black culture to diffuse the meaning of it,
right?
To take away the condescension to it. But you can't do that. We've learned that. It's not like, if that was the case, I could figure out a way to make the word "the" sound racist.
Right. It's true.
It was given a definition of condescension from the beginning, and that spread like wildfire, and that's it. Now,
exactly.
now, as my boy Adonis was tweeting out all day today on Facebook, the coonery.
Right.
But he's right, and I chimed in on it, on something that was said, and I said, look, I always like to put my 2 cents in, but in all honesty, I can't in that situation, in the conversation that they were having, because I'm not black. Like, I can't say, I look at Kaepernick and I go, he's a fucking loser.
Right.
Has nothing to do with black lives. Motherfucker makes millions of dollars. He don't give a fuck about that. And the dumbass didn't even vote.
Exactly.
So it's like, what was your point of kneeling?
Right.
Did less black people get shot?
Exactly. Not in my neighborhood.
Exactly, especially in your neighborhood. And it's like, you can't diffuse the meaning of a word by giving it a new meaning. It doesn't work.
No, you cannot. You can't. And like with that situation, anyone who knows me personally knows that I take things like sexual assault and stuff like that extremely seriously. So the fact that she had tried to slander me like that was really offensive, actually. And, it's because it's like you took someone that you don't know at all and you tried to make a spectacle of me to your friends on Twitter. That's not how you do. But you're such an advocate for women. Okay, but you got knocked up by this fucking player who you're not even with anymore.
Well, that's why.
How's that working out?
That's what like the hexamaniac Michael, whatever she calls herself out there, was saying shit to me, and again, it was ignore the fact that your friend said that I should fucking be dead,
right?
And you went into this thing, so of course I'm a good troll too, just because I'm an old motherfucker. So I skimmed through her tweets, and I saw something about her depression. And I said, it looks like you were depressed the other day. I have the solution. And I sent little emo icons of some pills, a heroin needle, a gun. I said, just choose one of these and you'll end up like this with a little baby coffin. And, you're wishing me dead. I didn't say that, but if that's what you got out of it, I'm sorry.
And, it's one of those things where people will talk shit, but they'll dish out shit, but cannot take it. And it's like, unless you can, do not say fucked up shit to other people. Because I know how to make people cry with some of the stuff that I can say to them.
Oh, I like
be careful with what you say.
I like making people cry. I tell people, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to step on your little baby's skull.
Oh my God, James!
Why would you say that? No, I don't say nothing I wouldn't do.
I believe that.
It's no realities. I'm not going to step on no dude's baby skull, but I know those words trigger internal emotions in them because they're weak.
Exactly.
Because they're weak. Let's be real. Because you're weak.
No, that's true. That's true.
And I know the bully. I'm not a bully. Like, it was funny. Like, I had a conversation with Aris at Summer Jam this year.
Uh-huh.
And, he was kind of like, well, the way you come off is kind of cocky. I said, I'm a New Yorker, dude.
Right.
That's just how we are. You know, you guys in Chicago come off duller than a fucking potato.
We're not. No,
Dude,
you don't know.
Bullshit.
Okay.
I've been there dozens of times, dude.
Yeah, but you didn't hang out with me and my Chicago FGC.
Okay, so there's 5 people in all of Chicago that literally, like, you could tell the funniest fucking joke in the planet. They're the reason that people laugh like ha ha ha, and you're like, wow, my joke wasn't funny. They're like, no, that was hilarious. Then why did you laugh like a fucking retard? Oh, that's just the way I laugh.
You know,
wait. Let's keep in mind before we go. We're going to go there. Remember the music that comes out of Chicago. I'm not talking about the blues and the jazz. I'm talking about the Better Deader Eddie Vedders and the
Smashing Pumpkins.
Everything sounds like the guy's taking a cock in the ass.
But we also have. Well, Mudvayne is from Peoria, I believe. But we also have, like, we have Kanye. Well, Kanye is cocky, too. So, I mean, I guess that does. We have Twista, R. Kelly. We have...
R. Kelly, there you go. I'm proud of the guy that pisses all over people. Hey!
Right, not the best examples, but, I mean Twista is a good example.
We got Colin Ferguson and Joel Rifkin, but they're serial killers. But hey, they're cool. We got a guy that pisses on people. I'm proud of that.
No, I never said I was proud of R. Kelly. I just said he was from here and he was a successful person from Chicago.
You know what was funny? I was talking to Joey D. Whatever, I can't pronounce his fucking name. The Marvel player.
Oh, Joey D, yeah. No, Joey D is hilarious.
Yeah, Joey D is
Joey D is one of my favorite people, actually.
And I'm like, well, what do you guys got? And they said pizza. I'm like, fuck you and your pizza. Your soggy pizza.
Oh, okay,
your
James.
Soggy ass fucking pizza made by some Greek.
It's delicious.
And then he said, well, we got Al Capone. He said. I said, dude, really? You do?
Yeah, Al Capone is from New York.
You do know Capone come from Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
You don't have Al Capone. We sent them out there to take care of shit. But, you know, it's like, and again, I break Chicago's balls because the people that I have dealt
because you're from New York.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, all the props to the Chicago Cubs for winning the World Series.
Yeah, then they cursed us after that. Like, they could have kind of kept that curse.
I mean, they'll win again in 2038. That's about around.
Yep,
the right
exactly. I obviously am from the South Side, so I am a White Sox fan. I actually do like baseball. I'm not just saying this because the Cubs won. I don't really care that much about the Cubs. It was good that they won, and they deserved it. They worked really hard. They had a good team. But I'm a White Sox fan.
Fright Night said, "Oh, that's right. You guys got Lupe Disaster."
Oh, we do have Lupe. I mean,
yeah.
At least he goes to tournaments. I guess that's the best thing I can say about Lupe.
At least his bitch ass blocked me on Facebook.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, because how Chicago people roll, and we can get into that if you want. If we want, we can get into it. How many people told you in your lifetime of conversations that you've talked to me that said, "Yo, you don't want to talk to James. That dude's just fucked up. He's bad news." Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Who said that about you?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would.
So he blocked you on Facebook because of rumors?
Yeah, well, because I was breaking his balls a little bit, but not bad. During that PL shit, when PL was trying to challenge him, and I'm like, PL, just stop. And then
he really, PL does need to stop, because it's like you keep trying to challenge people, and you just need to sit down.
The problem was Lupe puts out there. He's like, I program in DOS. The problem is DOS is not a language.
Right.
So I kind of called him out on it, and I said, well, if you're not going to, because he was like, at the time he was saying he wouldn't play nobody that wasn't on his quote-unquote level, and he's such an OG.
What tournaments has Lupe Fiasco won?
He beat Daigo. He beat Daigo. That was his claim to fame. He beat Daigo.
That's cool. A lot of people have beat Daigo.
At this point, yeah.
So people kill me with like dick riding stuff that they do. I don't have anything against Lupe Fiasco at all. I don't hate
him. I don't hate him. I'm just like, I don't even know what your music sounds like. That hip hop, that black music.
Oh my God! Well, you're missing out because hip hop is fabulous. But
listen, I was listening to hip hop before you were born.
You probably were.
KRS-One, Run DMC. Come on now. Boys.
I listened to all of them too, but not anytime recently.
I still listen to Ice Cube. I love Ice Cube.
Oh, I love Ice Cube too. Ice Cube is so good. Anyway, but that whole situation, when it was cool that he does come to tournaments and actually does have real interest in it. But it just like the whole dick riding thing was weird to me because I'm like, it's one thing to be interested in meeting celebrities, like it's a cool thing, but just like riding his jock is so weird to me because he at this point he's just a regular guy at a tournament. I'm sure he's not trying to get like a whole bunch of special treatment unless he is, then that makes it weird. But it was just such a strange thing for me when he was at Combo Breaker and people were like, they made such a big deal out of it. I'm like, I mean, that was cool. I mean, he's a nice guy, I guess.
Yeah, everybody said no, he was kind of personable, but of course there's those jerk-offs that like got to roll up on him like, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to beat you. And he's like,
right, exactly.
I'm just here to fucking hang out.
Exactly, which I think was what he was really just doing. I think he just wanted to come and enter the tournament and watch games. That's it.
And that's, again, that's like, I don't know. I feel bad a little bit for like situations. I mean, I nowhere get it on that level. Me, it's not. They don't want to play games with me. They want to challenge me to drinking, and I'm like, dude, I just walked in the door. I'm not going to do 9 shots back to back with you.
Right, seriously.
And it's like, I do like to compete. Contrary to belief, like I'm supposed to. Me and Footwork is supposed to be doing a MK 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my God, yes! Footwork always talks about old MK. I actually really love old MK. MK3 was my shit, actually. So I may join you guys with that.
But he's one of the few. That's the thing. Like if somebody was asking me the other day, like, what do you think the main difference is between the earlier MKs and the new one? And I said, I'm not going to say it took more skill.
It did. It
did. You actually had to create your own combos.
Yeah.
Where
Mortal Kombat was hard as fuck back then.
Now you kind of have this combination of like, if you hit with one punch, if you hit the right buttons in the right order, you're guaranteed 3 or 4 more hits and a pop-up, and then you could do shit from there. Where it was, your only way of popping up was in anti-air or a move that actually popped up. In the earlier versions, but everybody wants the footsies and all the little knick-knack, frame data. Giving away frame data is like, it's like telling everybody where all the Pokemon are in Pokemon Go.
Exactly.
Yeah, just go get them. They're out there. Just you might have to walk 100 miles, but there'll be one there.
Yep.
And that's the part of the FGC and the game development business that's falling short right now, which is they're trying to be esports, and the way they're trying to make games more accessible is make them more simple.
Yes! Oh my God, I've had that conversation with so many people. Even games that aren't fighting games. Mm-hmm. Some of the games will just play themselves for you almost. It's like, why does this, like, regular fucking, I don't know, I guess first-person shooter have, like, a whole tutorial? You don't need that. Just figure it out and play the game. Old games, you got none of that. You just got your ass kicked. You died a whole lot.
The part of new games that really bothers me, the part of new games that bother me the most is the lack of a fucking manual. Like, I like to drop a deuce in the toilet, while sitting on the ball reading the manual.
Exactly.
It was the best time to read the manual for a game. You just buy a game and you're like, all right, you know what, I'm going to get into this now for a couple of days. Let me take a shit and read it and figure out what's in the game. You don't get that no more. You got to go online. No. You got to click a link when you start the game to read the manual.
Exactly.
And it's like, there was a joy in that. First of all, most people you always had to take a nasty shit. But secondly, even if they were going to, it gave them something to do that was actually pertinent to them at that moment. Like, I wanted to know, like, you know, like, I think the last one I ever got was God of War.
Yeah.
That it had a manual that gave you the moves and everything in it. You know, just the basic stuff. I don't need all the super moves and shit. But just the basics. And it gave you the story in it. You know, a little bit of the story in it. And, you know, obviously it tells you the game can cause you epileptic seizures and shit like that. You know, but you read it from cover to cover.
Exactly.
Now they don't do that. Now they just...
They don't. The game just plays itself for you. The last game that I played that had an elaborate tutorial like that it was actually extremely helpful was Skullgirls.
Yeah.
Because their whole tutorial in that game is extremely comprehensive, and people who don't play, who maybe were new to fighting games or hadn't played fighting games at all really, and played Skullgirls, legitimately understood what they were supposed to do. That was a extremely comprehensive tutorial. Separate from fighting games, like other... I guess like open world exploring games or any RPGs or whatever, it's weird because they will almost play themselves for you instead of like actually being challenging and wanting you to think, because God forbid that you need to think about some shit to solve a puzzle.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, now everybody wants instant gratification, or they want to be able to, like perfect example, Mortal Kombat. They gave you the ability for, I don't know what it was, $10, $20, $30, to unlock everything in the crypt right away.
Exactly.
Like, so, you gave me all these tombstones to open up and this cool little thing to get around. Why are you giving me the ability to get past it by paying more money?
Yep.
Just let me do it.
Let me do it.
Do it like old school. In 9 months of the game's life, release the cheat code for free.
Exactly.
If you want it that much and you're desperate, you'll go out and get all the shit you want.
Yep.
You know, but they don't do that no more because, you know, again, gamers, just like, you know, when it comes to politics, are just lazy. They don't get what they want. They throw a hissy. Look, I don't like Street Fighter V, gameplay wise.
I haven't played it enough to have a real opinion on it yet.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just not what I'm used to. Now, people say, well, it's because you suck. No, I don't like the way it played. Just like I didn't like the way UMK3 played.
Yeah.
That's when they started the dial combos, and I didn't like rewarding somebody just because they used to be good at the game Simon, and they could go red, red, blue, yellow, green.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and that's the part of it that bothered me. In any fighting game, even back then, like Killer Instinct was the same way. I didn't like the fact that you were rewarding somebody not for their skill of dexterity, but just remembering the right order of something.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, people, oh, just because you suck at it. No, listen, I could do combo breakers on you on every fucking move in Street Fighter 1, in KI1.
Exactly.
Does it make me a god? It just means that I should have fucking learned to do something else besides combo break. Like, I could literally make the game go till the time runs out just breaking shit. You know, and back in the day, no more.
Exactly.
But, you know, games like MK did it, you know. When MK did it, I started to get turned off for it for like a couple of years. And then they went 3D, which was a disaster in itself.
Right.
But the problem is they're so gun ho to become esports that they're stumbling all over themselves right now. Like, I'll say this: the Red Bull tournament that happened over the last year was the best way to do it. Capcom did their way. Red Bull did their way. Red Bull was the better way.
Yep.
Red Bull invested in it good. But again, here's one of the problems. Qualifiers. Instant qualifiers. Why do you get to instantly qualify? Give me money.
Exactly.
Give me money, give me points. He who has more points goes. And that's one of the things that brought the Asian players over here. Because they were like, yo, free checks.
Yep.
And let's take away the other slots for other people to get in. So now it fucks up the whole mojo of the event.
It does.
And now you got Daigo, like, almost fucking, well, who won, Du won the last Canada Cup. The Canada one. But
was it Knuckle Dew?
Knuckle Dew, yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's like the same 5 people are winning these events all the time consistently.
Yep.
So now the people that get in, you're scrubs.
They are. Yeah, most of them are
scrubs. And then when those Asian players bring the A game, you 2 out of 3, you're going to be 2-0'd. What's up, Woozle? But again, like I said, I think Red Bull did a great job, but the game, Capcom as a whole, failed on delivering a game to the general mass. They designed a game for their tournament, which at that point, 99% of their sales shouldn't have happened. Because a lot of people don't go. I mean, I never went to try and compete. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, eh.
Yeah. I will work a bunch of tournaments as of recent, but like what I said earlier, a lot of the games that I was good at, nobody plays them anymore. So it's like, they don't have a fucking scene. So except for Blaze Blue, and I haven't played new Blaze Blue. Maybe Tekken, maybe Tekken will be cool, but everything else, it's just kind of like, I'll see, like, not that I love games any less, because I even have met people who were like, oh, I've never even seen you play games. And, like, trying to get me to, like, prove that I'm part of the fighting game community, when I literally know chicks that have fucked their way up to being staff of tournaments, and they do not own
how you think I became staff?
Yeah.
I fucked my way up. See, I'm the director of operations for CEO.
At least you actually played fighting games at some point.
No, I fucked my way up.
That was all a lie.
Didn't you notice last time you went to CEO, Alex was walking around with a limp?
Oh.
But it's sad. The FGC, and one of the things, getting back to our original conversation, all of this that's going on, and whatever's going on in the FGC, and these guys ignore what's going on in the real world right now.
Yep.
Like, I see them talking about frame data and coming to event. I'm like, listen, do you not realize the world is kind of fucked up right now? And y'all worried about frame data for urine.
Right.
Like, really, like, the people that have hit me up in private and PM'd me and said, listen, I'm kind of worried. Like, they got my full respect because they didn't even have to. Like, I mean, look, I do my show. They don't know me. They know me from the show. Most of them have never met me.
Yeah, I experienced the same thing.
But it's like they took the time to say, like, look, I'm kind of scared. And that, you know what? It turns me mush. – 'Cause Because I kind of do like a chick, aww.
Yeah.
you felt so bad.
Yeah.
You felt so bad and scared about shit going on that you sought me out. You know,
Yeah.
you sought Negan out. You want Negan to help you, and I didn't bring Lucille down with me, so I can't be bopping no heads. You know, but the fact that they've taken their time to, like, you know, say like what they're scared about.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I'm scared,
like
you know,
real life
like
shit.
the LGBT thing with Trump.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just me; it's my friends. Da 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 da. You know, and it's a badge of honor. I'd rather that than winning Evo.
Yeah.
Evo means dick to me.
Yeah, it you know, pretty much.
You know.
Like, it's something to go to. It's a nice event. I like being in Vegas a lot, but you know, like real life is kind of important as you get older. It should be important when you're young, but
Evo is 3-4 days of your year.
Of your year, exactly.
You know, exactly. And if you're lucky, you might spend another 12 more days at 3 different events in the year.
Right.
So,
exactly.
You know, 18 days of a year. If those are your most important days for your existence, knowing what's going on, whether it's as a black person living in this day and age, or, you know, and I tell this to black people all the time, you're fucking conservative. You just don't want to admit it. Hillary and Trump said it best during the debate. He said, "Oh yeah, you're going to call on them again in 4 years after you get their votes and do nothing for them in between." But yet people looked at it and they laughed. But as a black person, you know, if I was a black person, I'd be like, you know what, this motherfucker's kind of right.
No, that is pretty right though.
I mean, Chicago. You know, Chicago's such a diverse city. I mean, there's no gun crimes.
No, it is. Chicago is diverse, but Chicago is really segregated.
There's no gun crime there. There's no murder. The murder's like nothing. Well, the way Rahm Emanuel turning it into a sanctuary.
Oh, how he makes it seem because we have such a booming entertainment industry and we have like 7 shows and we film a bunch of movies here. There's suddenly no gun crime. Okay.
I mean, I'm being sarcastic. The fact.
Oh no, I know you are. I am too.
The fact of the matter is, you're the death capital of the world for black men.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you know, it's like when people say, "Well, black on black crime." Well, what about crime and crime? Listen, I don't care who's doing it.
It's still people being murdered,
people being killed for nothing. For nothing, like.
For nothing.
They're not even getting killed. Like, they didn't even have beef.
No.
It was like, motherfucker just walking down the block with his groceries to bring home to his wife, and he gets shot for nothing. You know, dude thought he was the smartest, shooting his gun like into the air, kills a kid 4 blocks away.
Yep.
You know, and nobody in Chicago does anything, and you know why? Because it's a fucking Democrat-ran fucking city.
You know, it's interesting with that whole parallel because, I'm sorry. Because it ends up, sorry, people keep messaging me. It really...
Are they saying, what are you talking to that white trash dude for? He's bad news. He's bad news.
It really makes a difference only for people who have money, because the shit for people that are in the fucking ghetto or are poor, or you know, and not just black people, like the Mexican ghetto, the fucking Wow hundreds, you know, it doesn't matter. Even far north is ghetto. Like, all of the north side is not nice. And people who aren't from here make that real bad misconception. There are certain parts of the north side that are just as bad as the south side and the west side. So, like, if you don't live here, you don't know. You know, but anyway, it's interesting because those disenfranchised people, they never get the voice. Like, they think that they're getting a voice through people like maybe a Hillary Clinton or something like that. But then then there's stuff going on where they're trying to, the water line that they were trying to build under the Native American, North
Dakota,
yeah, that whole situation. And because one of my friends actually went to a protest for that here when it happened over the summer. And, it's like none of that was talked about. None of the situation with one of Hillary's, who was it her, the one who had started a branch for the KKK.
Bird, her exactly. Her mentor.
Like, yeah, that wasn't talked about. And it's just stuff like that.
Well, it was, but then they were like, but that was the 1920s. So
right, but it still happened.
That's like me saying,
well, you know what? KKK
Listen,
now?
I used to hate niggas in the 70s.
Right.
I don't hate niggas now.
Now I don't. I've learned.
And that's the sad thing that, and I don't know if it's education that prevents people from putting that one and one together, or the hope that it's going to get better. Like the Republican attitude, which, again, me personally, from the blacks that I've spoken to in my life totally, I look at blacks and I say, you have all the conservative values, but yet you vote for a Democrat.
Yeah, because
on a promise, because they suckages into the welfare experience.
Yeah.
And you say free money, which is basically, listen, I know we used to put chains on you guys, but we're not going to now. We're going to chain you with money.
Exactly. And potentially free money.
I need you to stay stupid.
Yep, exactly.
And it's weird because it's like, all right, this is where I hit a crossroad, especially with black males. An educated black man is a weapon for the black community.
Uh-huh.
And the problem with it is sometimes it shoots. Sometimes they shoot themselves in the foot. Like Van Jones, perfect example. He gave this little speech after they all realized, holy shit, Trump actually won. And said it was a white lash. That's why he won. And he brought it back to race. And he's a smart guy. And he's married to a white girl.
Yeah.
But it was like, for him to say that was him just shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
That wasn't based on data. Now, people that, in the black community that would look at him to aspire on the level of education would hear that and say, well, he's smart. He must be right.
Yep.
And there's no other side to the story. Just like I tell a lot of my friends, I go, look, do you believe in abortion? Most black people I meet say no, but they say it's the woman's choice.
Actually,
most black people go to church.
Yep.
The same church that unfortunately the Klan hijacked sometimes, but their connection to God is there. Their family is always the most important when it's intact. When Black Daddy doesn't leave, you come from a strong family with strong family values. So what out of that says Democrat? Because when I think Democrat, I think of a bunch of fucking hippies smoking pot and sticking flowers in their assholes and running around with the peace, love, we got to all share because none of us work.
Right. Now you sound like Adonis. Or I guess he sounds like you, because that is some stuff that he said.
And the majority of poor blacks, there's a lot more poor blacks than there are poor whites.
That's true.
Poor blacks, are always in the city. You don't see, I'm a poor black man from Alabama no more. You don't see that. It's poor, it's poor Huckleberry Finn white boys. But when you think about it, like I said, the values of an average black person is conservative.
That's true.
And that's
that is very true.
And that's why I think the votes went the way they did. because, like I said, I think a lot of blacks voted for him. Because when you're in the booth, it's you and whatever you press.
Yep,
Outside,
exactly.
you'd be like, I got Hillary, man. She
right
my bitch.
now.
She my bitch. Hillary my bitch. In the booth, you'd be like, oh, shit, as long as nobody else sees me, I'm not getting called an Uncle Tom or a sellout.
And it does come to be like a conflict of interest, because it's like, oh, well, am I not black if I'm not voting Democrat? And then, what makes me black enough, quote unquote, like, will my family hate me if I tell them that I voted for Trump or what?
Did you see the video of the 8-year-old kid that got kicked out by his mother for voting for Trump?
Wow!
Kicked him out of the house. I was like, wow. I'm like, it's a joke. I'm like, it's a joke. Once he goes to get his, she had packed his suitcase and everything.
Wow.
And she gave him this. Now, first of all, you're 8 years old. You can't fucking vote.
You can't vote, exactly.
So you're throwing your kid out for an imaginary vote.
Exactly.
And you know what's funny? Because I analyze everything, and I see Mercat. You said, "Lowell, white people are on welfare." Oh, I'm not saying white people aren't. I'm just saying blacks are kept on welfare.
This really is not a generalized race.
But when you think of like the way, like I watched the video, Lady's house was nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like It wasn't like I saw a rat cut across the floor, and there was a dude laying in the corner of the room with a needle sticking out of his arm. It was nothing like that. She had a nice house. In fact, the kid had a nice suitcase.
Wow.
She packed his suitcase and he started crying, and she says, "Nobody in my family will vote for Trump. How dare you get out of my house, yada, yada, yada." And he started crying, but he started walking towards the suitcase. Once he got to the suitcase, like, even I was like, she was going to give him like well, that's what you get. No, she put him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, really?
I almost wish that more people understood, well, I guess that's kind of the point of people not understanding. But I almost wish that more people understood this sensationalism of entertainment and understood smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Because that's kind of what Donald Trump did to America.
Oh, yeah. He definitely...
and people fucking fell for it.
He, and he commented today, because, all the special snowflakes out there, all of a sudden now they're like, well, it should be the most popular vote, not the electoral vote. It should be the pop. Well, if that was the case, Obama wouldn't have become president because Hillary beat him.
Bingo. Yep.
So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it. Well, during the primary, it's got to be the popular, but over here, it's the electoral. No, it don't work that way. But
exactly.
But what's funny is you got to look at this and you got to say to yourself, we're all these people are upset, and they're on the street and they're screaming and they're ranting and they're raving and they're burning shit now. We look like Libya.
Yeah.
Which, that's where, like I said, this jerk-off George Soros comes into play. He wants to make this world, listen, you're black, I'm white. You might like, I don't know, I'll throw stereotypes. You like chicken and watermelon? I don't. I don't.
Right.
But that don't mean I need to accept chicken and watermelon to be your friend.
Exactly.
And they want to build this utopia where everybody, in the world merges, like how the influx of all the Arabs and the Mideast people. Now, first of all, again, the whole Mideast thing, I wouldn't want to lose my fucking home. I don't want to. I come from America. If you turn around and start a war in America and I have to flee to Canada, no, I'll stay here and die.
Exactly.
But I'm going to fight for my shit. And the fact that these people are so willing to just up and left. And again, I'm sorry, it goes on the Muslim religion needs to have its own revolution like America did with England.
Exactly.
And the moderates need to get this through their head. You need to kill the ones. If you're a if you're a what's the different types of Muslims again? I'm fucking drawing a blank. If you're a Sunni or a Shiite,
Yeah. Yes.
you just need to squash all your bullshit. Take care of the ones that are the real enemies.
Yeah.
And then reclaim
Because
your
they
own land.
essentially have like a common enemy,
No.
and
they should. But but the problem is, within the religion, there's hatred amongst them all, each other.
exactly.
And that's what makes it hard, is when you turn around and like, well, Sunni hates Shiite in this country, but not in this country. And it's funny because Lebanon, I was watching a video today from a woman. Lebanon used to be all Christian. And when the Palestinians were getting kicked out of Jordan, they allowed some of them in. And the way the woman described it is, she said, our family, everybody in the town embraced all the fucking Muslims. But the thing was, the Muslim dude had 4 wives. Because anybody's allowed to do that. There's no, you don't have to be a sheik to do that.
Right. Exactly.
So he had himself 4 wives, knocked them all up 4 times, and had 16 kids. When those kids grew up, that's 16 Muslims for one guy. Multiply that of 700 guys that came in, now you got 1,000 in your town.
Exactly.
And when they get older, they become the majority. And Lebanon is a perfect example, because Lebanon decided to be inclusive. And said, well, we want to incorporate, since the Muslims live here, we want to incorporate them into our government.
Right.
And then once they got enough people in the government, all of a sudden the rules started changing, and they started dictating to the Christians. And they were kind of like, well, wait a second. We let you in our town, and now it became, no, you're infidels. We got to kill you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now Lebanon is mostly Muslim. And when Trump says he wants to put a lockdown on the Muslims, he ain't saying I want to kill them all.
Can I say something real quick? So this person, Fright Night TV, is spamming the chat, talking about this poor girl is agreeing with all of this nonsense without even absorbing it. James is basically saying, I hate your people, and he says, right, I'm not Middle Eastern. So when did you even say that you hated me? You never said you hated black people, Middle Eastern people, nobody. What? You clearly haven't been watching this. You're just trying to
Fright Night. Fright Night must be he must be Sergio over in Chicago.
Who is Sergio?
Limbo Dog.
Oh, I don't know him.
MK guy.
Oh.
Because now he's asking for my ex-wife.
Right, yeah, I saw that too.
That's one of his. Ain't that Limbo? That's what I thought too, Gro. Because he's the only one that's ever asked to my ex-wife. He's just mad because I banged the snot out of his hot Mexican wife. But then again, I gave him a kid that looks white, so he should be happy.
Gigi's Fright Night TV.
But no, but what's sad is how that country let itself get taken over. No group, whether inside America or outside America, should have to lose who they are to meld with other people.
Exactly.
And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Listen, you don't like a white guy saying certain things, well, guess what? He has a freedom of speech. You don't have to be his buddy, but to sit there and try to strike him down for what he says when you can just walk away, it's like, listen, the Klan's here, the Klan's never gone nowhere. Do they have any power? No. Are the people that do this fucking, yelling at fucking black people, calling them niggers and shit like that since Trump got elected, are they part of the Klan? No, because most of the dumbasses aren't qualified to fall into what the Klan considers Klan material.
Exactly.
I can't be in the Klan. I'm a fucking New Yorker, liberal America.
Exactly.
They're not gonna
Exactly.
accept
And that's what, because people don't fucking learn about shit, and they just assume that people blanket a lot of things.
Oh wow, you can't.
You know, and it's similar. Like, okay, like how all black people are ghetto and loud, and you know, that kind of shit. Like basically the type of oppression that Korn has experienced going to tournaments. They'll get blamed for robbery.
Whoever
tournaments they don't even be in.
Hold on. Whoever banned Fright Night, unban him. He ain't ban worthy.
Yeah, it wasn't even that serious.
Let's see. Report. No, he got blocked or notification. I don't even know how to fucking unban on this shit. I don't even know how to unban. Let's see. Fright Night. How the fuck do I unban? I don't know how to fucking unban. I told you, this show don't ban people. I don't even know where to go to unban somebody. Let's see. Moderators. Jesus Christ, I got 100 people in here on a fucking 2:30 in the morning. I don't know. Firewall, Grow, Hino, Fifth. One of you guys unban Fright Night TV. I'm sure you can figure out how. Oh, he's timed out. Okay.
Oh.
You're timed out. But, you know, it's... right now, the country is, like, really pussies.
Yeah, absolutely. And the country is really kind of in a touchy, you know, space, and, you know, kind of trying to, like, be in their safe space, like off of South Park, which is fair, I guess, because people are really sensitive about the election. Like, it definitely bothered a lot of people.
Yes.
Which is understandable, because it, not just saying, you know, like, it opened up all of the blatant racists.
See now I let Fright Night back in, and the first thing he says is, "James, you old fuckity, aren't you dead? Who is letting you live this long?" You know how I live this long? Because your mother keeps sucking my cock, and she sucks all the demon semen out of me, and that just gives me new life.
Exactly. Too bad, Fright Night TV. Anyway, so yeah, it's just, see, now I totally lost my train of thought. What were we talking about before?
About the people being emotional about the election.
Oh, yeah. You know, and it was, I get it. You know, I'm not saying, like, there is no reason to, but it was such a situation. It was jarring, not just because of, like, it opened up the people that were blatantly racist now in the country, but I think the fact that he was almost such a buffoon, and people were so confident. They're like, oh, he's not going to win. Hillary's totally going to win. And then it was like, oh, sorry, fucking tricked the shit out of you. He did win. So it was kind of like a slap in the face to everyone that was so cocky about him, like, literally not having a chance.
Oh, when they were like 8% chance versus 92, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, you motherfuckers are really, really, really grabbing here if you think that's the little of a chance that he has. But again, the media was in her pocket, which makes it even better. Which makes it even better because you had the media in your pocket and you couldn't seal the deal. You know, they literally handed her the fucking election.
They did, yeah.
And she was so fucking corrupt. And WikiLeaks definitely helped. WikiLeaks without a doubt helped. You know, because, listen, WikiLeaks was right on everything. I'm worried about this whole pedophile thing.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, listen, they were right with everything else. This one sounds straight up conspiracy shit, but I'm like, I don't think they would put it out if it wasn't true.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's on some, you know, Illuminati type shit. And I'm like, man, when shit like that happens is when people in the country pick up their guns and go after the government. You know, spirit drinking blood. I'm going, dude, this isn't Blade. You know, and it's
exactly.
But I can't help but think like people on the internet are putting things together on like 4chan, and even I'm starting to go, yeah, it's like you know this Comet Pizza joint, you know that supposedly part of a pedophile ring, and
wow.
and the sign on the store has a sign that resembles the man-boy lovers sign.
Ew.
And
oh, Nambla.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow.
And I'm going, it does, you know, you can't deny it. Like, I'm not in D.C. to look at the pizza place, but they show the sign on the door and they show the sign of what it is, and I'm like, well, why the fuck would you pick that? Coincidence?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
You know, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit like that. You know, and that's the thing that, like, at this point, if, as Hino Good said, Satanist pedos are in our government, you know, it's really fucked up.
It is. Because there's a lot of them. I mean, there's definitely no denial that the upper crust of people. Okay, like for example, have you ever seen the movie Hostel? How like the rich people would go to Europe and they would, you know, pay a bunch of money to like rally off and murder somebody. Similar to that, but like for children. That's real. And people like don't think that it's real. It totally is. Rich people tour Europe and Asia and fuck children. They totally do. It's disgusting. And it's a real thing.
Yeah, well, see, here Todd Strength said it. Hillary got money for Qatar and Saudi Arabia, where gays are beheaded. Yet, and they funded ISIS, yet gay men love Hillary.
Right, which is strange, because it is literally illegal to be gay in Saudi Arabia and in parts of Africa.
Things have gotten so fucked up now that Trump was a result of how fucked up it was.
Yeah.
Now, either Trump is going to be 8 years of glory or 4 years of turmoil.
True.
I mean, but either way, you're dealing with him.
Yeah, and you might as well just live your life, because you can't change it now.
Go to work, hope he brings our taxes down, you get more money in your pocket, you got benefits, and you're taking care of yourself, because nobody else is gonna. All those people you go and protest with, they don't give a fuck about you. Though I was thinking about going to the city to protest to see if I can get some pussy. Like, just to hang out and be like, yo, fuck Trump, now fuck me. You know, maybe I can get some. I was thinking, but who knows? Like I said, at this juncture, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, me either. It is kind of like a interesting crossroads. It is a very interesting crossroads.
So, with that said, we're going to change the topic one more time.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about cosplay.
Oh, man.
I need to cosplay. I want to cosplay. What do I want to do? I don't know.
Something. Let's see.
Giant dildo.
Do you want to be something offensive? Oh, so at NEC there's a cosplay contest. Apparently, I was told about that today. And I'm going to do, so the Lady Bowser that I wore at YomaCon, I'm going to revamp it and make it scarier, and I'm going to wear it to NEC. So that should be fun, because I never cosplay to tournaments, just because it's so, like, close quarters, and it's hot, and it's, like, it's gross. But since NEC is at, like, a bigger venue, I'll cosplay for the contest there. So that'll be fun.
I'm trying to think what I was going to do. I want to do something fucked up. Like I want to be a social justice warrior with my head coming out of my ass and a vagina on my chest. Oh my god!
So you want to be like a political statement?
I want to be the political statement, not a political statement. I want to be a crying vagina.
Oh, you should. What is that girl's name? The one that they
Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh no, not I can't stand her. No, the one she was more recent. This was like last year. They called her like a variation of Jigglypuff, but I can't. Oh my god, she you can like Google. I'm gonna Google her right now and find out what the internet.
I'll be Samus. No, the chick, dude. The hell are you talking about? Being thick Samus. Trigglypuff.
Oh, Trigglypuff was what they called her because she was so triggered by this. It was like a college campus. It was like a college campus debate or something, and she like kept interrupting and like.
Oh yeah. They gave her a name.
I forget what her real name.
I'm saying they gave her a name. I remember that one. I watched the video. I don't have to shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Trigglypuff is what they named her.
I should go and get a bunch of mannequins of all of them and fucking get them all on me and become like super SJW. And I can
like a Transformer, or like fucking Voltron,
like Voltron and shit, and have like hundreds of different fucking heads on me. It's like Freddy Krueger when he lifted up his stomach and he had all the little kids in him, all the little social justice warriors. I consume them.
That would actually be hysterical.
I was thinking of doing Alien from MK. But have like real acid that I could spit on people.
Oh, then you would like ruin people's lives, and then.
But I would win the contest.
You probably would win the contest, or you could just make like green slime.
You know, one Christmas I went to. I guess I was in my teens, and I went to a Halloween party, and I went as the Human Torch. And what I had done is I had like 4 pairs of sweatpants on. And I soaked the top layer in Lysol.
Oh, did you really set yourself on fire?
I lit myself on fucking fire, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's it. Once it's done, it's out. That's it. I'm not doing it again."
Holy shit!
Well, people did think like, "Wow." I think that's what people started to think like, maybe.
That's okay. Wait, so this one is actually valid. So Dusk PS said, James, you should cosplay Bantu from Ghost in the Shell. That is actually valid, because you will probably look like him. That's not even a joke. That would probably be a really good costume. Okay, so I have a question for you. What was the most pinnacle, not pentacle. What was the most pinnacle thing that happened in the FGC this year, or I guess at least in the past 6 months, or we'll say since final round, that has happened that you noticed and you thought it like took you aback almost?
I mean, beyond the crying. The crying about, just the breakdown of Negan. Everybody say, yeah, I could do Negan maybe.
You could do Negan. That would probably be really badass.
Yeah, but he's got black hair though. I can't be.
Whatever.
I'll be Daryl.
I mean, I've cosplayed characters that are men as a woman.
Yeah, but see, now here's the thing. When it comes to the cosplayer, I'm sorry. You need to, I'm gonna hit on one of those low tier God moments. You need to cosplay like there's certain levels of cosplay that is like no.
Yeah.
Like for example, the little girl that runs around in League of Legends, the little Red Riding Hood looking chick.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You can't pull that off.
I actually did want to be BB Hood for a long time from Darkstalkers. And even though I'm like tall or whatever, I didn't care. I totally still want to do it. But because I love BB Hood, she's one of my favorite characters from Darkstalkers. But I do understand what you're saying.
And there's certain things. There's certain things like somebody told me at one time, like, oh, you should do Cable from Marvel. And
you really could be Cable.
But I'm not. But I'm not. I'm a fucking sloth. I'm not big. I don't have big arms. He's a big dude. You know.
What?
I'm a brittle old man. I'd be like the dying form of Cable.
I mean,
who apparently can't die, but I'd be him.
I think that you could pull off Cable, though. I think Cable would be interesting. But I don't know. I like cosplay. I think that people really take cosplay to a point where they try to make it super literal, and I don't think that it needs to be. I personally have cosplayed as whatever the fuck I want to. I cosplay characters that I like. Like I did Lady Bison last year at Youmacon. I did Lady Bowser. I've done Lady Doctor Doom or Victoria Von Doom. I've done a lot. I've been
Maybe I'll just fuck with John Nitty. Maybe I'll just fuck with John Nitty and go as a fucking hot dog.
As hot dog? Yes.
But I'm the fucking meal dog around here, motherfucker.
That would be really fun. John Nitty is so funny.
I know.
He's probably one of my favorite people in the FGC. He's a really funny dude.
Too many self-entitled narcissists in the cosplay community. You ain't kidding on that.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Because I've been confused as... okay, the cosplay community in general is confusing to me because I've done it for so long. I make every single one of my costumes by hand. Some of my costumes, I've made them in less than 24 hours. And it's just something that I do naturally. I'm not bragging. I'm not, I just like doing creative things. There are some cosplayers that are real famous, and I am confused as to why. Because they will it'll be like titties and ass, and then suddenly they have, they get to travel to conventions and do autograph signings for their prints for nothing. I mean, it's like you might as well be a pinup girl, which there's nothing wrong with that. Or be like the Suicide Girls or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but what makes you different from any other girl going to the convention showing her titties off? Nothing. What is the creative thing there? Why are you picked separately from these thousands of other girls that do the same thing? It's real strange to me, and I don't like the thing that the cosplay community does where they pick favorites and they'll profile one girl like there's one particular cosplayer who's a white girl with a quote unquote big ass.
I gotta go get more wine on that note.
Yeah, who wears waist cinchers and she pushes her boobs up, and everyone thinks that she's amazing. But she's okay, but to me, she's not necessarily a substantial cosplayer. Just because she shows her titties off, that doesn't make you a good cosplayer to me. So,
no, I believe cosplay is not about trying to look like a fucking model. I believe it. I believe judging cosplay is based off on A, originality, B, the work the person put in. I could go right now to LucasArts and say, make me a Stormtrooper uniform. And it'll be the best fucking thing on the planet. But if I didn't do it, it's literally going to a costume store and just buying a costume.
Yeah, because I saw this girl, my friend had reposted this picture of this girl who did a female version of Roadhog from Overwatch. And it was amazing. I was like, this is probably one of the best costumes I've ever seen. And it was genuine and it was very cool. And I actually am going to do, because I made a female version of Birdie, and I may also wear that to NEC. I'm not sure yet. But it's something that cosplay is fun, and cosplay is supposed to be creative, and you put yourself in that character and you make yourself that character. You know, it's just fun to dress up. That's really what it is. And some people take the fun out of it and they make it trashy and they make it like a super huge competition. Because I've never won a masquerade. I've never won a cosplay contest. I've won a cosplay contest once. And that was for my Tails costume, and I won an Xbox 360. So that was the first and last time that I ever won a cosplay contest. But yeah, it's weird because it's like a whole favoritism thing, and you know,
it definitely is. I mean, I could see that. You know, not even being in that community, I could see the way they have their 5 or 6.
Sorry.
What?
Just really quick, somebody said Negri was the Roadhog. It wasn't Jessica Negri. It was a total unknown cosplayer. This girl was actually plus size. It was not a skinny person. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, James.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, perfect example, somebody like Jessica Negri has get out of jail free cards for nothing. I mean, listen. You know, I don't know who gets titties installed and who don't get them installed. Like, I don't work for the titty dealership, so I can't tell you. But,
right, the titty dealership.
But, you know, it's like she's always been nice to me. I mean, I'm breaking the balls a little bit, but she's always been nice to me. But I just feel like once you get a name in that scene, you kind of, especially, you know, pretty looking white blonde chickie.
Yep.
You know, and she could pretty much put a burlap sack on and say, yeah, I'm just an Negri. And they're like, oh my God! You know, and I just feel like it's gotten to the point where when you get to that level, they know they have to impress, therefore they don't make it by hand no more. That's my
exactly. And they just do TNA. Because at that point, that's all people want to see, really. You know, so they don't really try. Right, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to do the right angles.
All right, so who can I cosplay as where I can have my dick swinging in the wind? Like, I need I need it hanging out and everything. Like, not the whole thing, just the tip. Like, just kind of deking out on the side. What kind of monster could I be?
You could be Blanca.
Blanca has your dick hanging out? Really? I must have missed that version of Street Fighter.
Or, you could be Mr. Manhattan.
There you go.
He literally was naked in the comic books.
I should just come naked to fucking NEC. Just butt fucking naked. And like, who are you? I'm a human.
I'm a human being. Or you could just have, like, a loincloth. Like a loose-fitting loincloth.
Actually, I need Wesley Pipes.
Oh, somebody said Harambe. I guess they're saying you should,
yeah, the problem with that, you know. I'm white. Can't do that. That'll start like some kind of war. You know, he wasn't a white monkey.
Right, this is true. Oh, yes, Dr. Manhattan.
Cosplay as DJ. Everybody's making me a black guy.
DJ.
You know,
what?
Honda. All right. Well, I know I'm fucking putting on weight, but damn, I don't think I got Honda down. Speaking of Honda, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is this something that has to be like talked about later?
No. I was just thinking about the West Coast, Midwest.
Oh. Don't talk about the Midwest. Yeah. It ain't our fault. Blame the West Coast for things.
Well, no, I mean, this was about the mouth of the Midwest scene.
The debate on who is the real mouth.
All caps. At the end of the day, all caps. That's it, hands down, nobody else. Done. Anybody else is nobody, in my opinion. I didn't hear about anybody else. I never heard about anybody else. They never did nothing that impressed me. And because you shake your head in a circle and make it go, that doesn't impress me.
I have no comment.
I'm just saying.
I'm friends with both people. And I'm like really good friends with both of them.
I'm just saying.
No comment.
But again, here, I know. Again, I'm not putting you on the spot, but
I know.
I know you. I know that people have heard that you associate with the white trash James MK, and have probably said to you plenty of times, "Why do you talk to that piece of shit?" I'm not asking for names. I don't want to know names, but you got to answer yourself this: anybody in Corn ever have a problem with me?
No, they have not.
You know why?
And
you know why?
No one in Corn has ever had a problem with me, actually.
But my thing is, you know why? Because they met me.
That's true.
None of the others. The only other people in Chicago is two broads that I tapped years ago. The people that work in it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me who that is.
No, they're not in the FGC. They were randoms.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say James.
And the guys at NRS and Corn.
Yeah.
That's all I know from the Midwest. And you.
And me. Yay.
That's it. So
that's true.
Anybody else in the Midwest that says, "Dog, don't talk," they can't even say they had a conversation with me.
Wow.
So that's why I just
Which is so strange, because it's so weird how people. That is something that I really, really don't like about the FGC. Is when people will make complete blanket judgments on individuals that they have heard about, quote unquote.
Oh, that's right. I gotta correct myself. I have to correct myself.
Yes.
And Friday night over here, I got him and his family. I gotta say, they were good people. I mean,
this is a real person.
Oh yeah, he's from Chicago. He's a good dude.
Have I ever met him?
I don't know. Did you ever go to Galloping Ghost with these guys?
I have, but very sparingly.
He was part of the Galloping Ghost. He was part of the Galloping Ghost guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Galloping Ghost is too far. It's in Brookfield.
Get your pitchforks ready, dude. Oh God.
Get your pitchforks ready, please.
Fucking. Don't you got kids to put to sleep or some shit? You fucking deadbeat dad. I can't help it if I got your wife pregnant and gave you 2 kids.
I'm 30. I live 30 minutes from Galloping Ghost. Targe Train said that. Well, yeah, I don't. I live probably 2.5 hours away from there.
Yeah, so. It's not that close.
No, it's not. It's literally it's near Brookfield Zoo. It's far. It's real far. You for example, if you're not driving, you have to take the Metro there. The Metro is the train. It's not like CTA here, where it's the public transit system. It takes you to the far suburbs. So yeah, Metro is the same station that you would get on Amtrak for. So yeah, Metro takes you to the far suburbs.
I don't know. I hated driving around Chicago.
A lot of people say that. That is not the first that I've heard that from someone from out of town.
But then again, you guys got kick-ass bars. I'll give you that.
We do.
Your bar scene is pretty off the hook, especially if you got hooks where you can stay in them till 5, 6.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we totally have 5 a.m. bars. That is. Okay, so does that mean that you're coming to Combo Breaker?
I don't know if I'm allowed.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm like Noel Brown. Bam.
Wow, really?
I don't know. I'm breaking ball. I mean, you know what? I don't know. Like I said, I don't judge Rick.
No, Rick is good. Rick is a good.
We've had conversations, and I don't get along with fucking jerk off Keats.
I know you don't.
And
you need to be nice.
I don't need to be. Listen, my point is this. From the get-go, when I started, people think that my disdain for him is because of the show getting banned with the Homeboy Tyson video and all that. It goes beyond that. See, I'm WikiLeaks. I have emails.
Yeah. And I have emails
about a lot of things. I have emails addressed to me when Natus was trying to get the show promoted through SRK at one time when he was still writing for them. But we conflicted with his show's night. So he can't promote us. Shit like that. But then you say you're for the community. Really?
Because it is rare, like you said earlier, it is rare that someone is genuinely for the community. I've seen it very rarely. Because what people forget to mention is that, sure, you can do things for the love of games. This is of no reference to Keats or anyone else that we have mentioned at all. I'm just saying this is a total general statement. People forget that at the end of the day, you're running tournaments to make money.
If you're not making money, you can't keep doing it.
Thank you. And people play in tournaments to make fucking money. That is the end game. Sure, you'll make friends. Sure, you'll make connections, and you'll do all of these things, and you'll have fun doing it, probably. But it is about money, like everything in this world is. So, and that's it. You know, it is about money. You can say this for the community. Sure, it is on the lower end.
Yeah.
And like local shit. Of course, it's for the love of the community. Of course, you want people to come out to events. But on the large scale. Hell the fuck no, it's not. It's about money. That is what it's about. Period. So, people get the game fucked up, and they try to, like, think that, you know, like, somewhere in there, it is still for the love of it, because there's no reason that you would be doing video game tournaments if you didn't like video games at all. But, of course you're doing it for money. How do people like Jabali keep doing it?
Exactly.
He's not doing it for the love of the community effort. Okay.
Community effort, my ass.
Yeah. So it's for money. Because why does CEO Chaku exist? So, you know. My 2 cents. And I am an anime game player saying that. So, just putting it out there.
I mean, alright. Let me see if I can see it. I have him buried. I you know what? Because I don't really like to dig on shit. But, I mean, I had emails, basically him emailing Natus back. Like, your show isn't as important as ours.
Oh, wow.
You know? And it was like, well, who the fuck are you little weasel motherfucker?
Yeah.
And people say, well, why is he so mad at him? Well, is that not a reason? You know, I've done, and again, here we go, look. For everybody on the stream, you can see me, because nobody else does it. I pat myself on the back. You can hear that through the mic. Okay? But if you were like I'm the type of motherfucker that I'm not going to rob a bank for $50.
You're right.
Because if I'm getting caught, I better have enough that I could stash when I do get out. I don't have to work.
Exactly.
So, at a time back in 2012 when the scene still was in that infantile trying to grow, wouldn't you want to bring as much diversity to the table? Or why don't we just turn around and say, well, you know, we can't have niggers in the FGC anymore.
Right.
You know, or wait a second, I kind of did do that at UFGT.
You know, it's interesting because I had gone to tournaments before, not any majors, but they were like miscellaneous little local neighborhood type tournaments. They weren't super small, but they weren't really big. They were kind of like in the middle. And so I've had people say like blatant racist shit to me because I guess they didn't think I was black because I guess me being light doesn't mean that I'm black apparently.
LSA.
But I've had players say shit about like I don't like when like the black dudes come to tournaments because they smell bad, and then I'm like, but I've known all different races of players to smell like shit. So at tournaments, if we're trying to be real.
Yeah, you know, I think white people smell like shit more than black. Yeah,
so just putting it out there.
I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But if I had to put a finger on who smells like shit shittier, I would go more white people smell like shit.
Yeah, because a lot of white people don't wash their hair very frequently.
Yeah, but
So
even if you don't wash your hair, at least fucking you'll wash your ass.
true, which doesn't happen a lot. Because I've had a lot of very interesting um also conventions too, but like
Todd
experiences.
Todd's strength said, "This girl doesn't annoy the hell out of me," and that's rare in 2016.
Oh, thank you. That is a big compliment. Thank you.
But did James just insult the whole Smash community? Fucking limbo. But it's so there is definitely animosity that I feel for people. Still, I don't wish them dead.
I agree, because that's pretty severe.
I still don't wish them dead. I mean, unless you literally wish me death, I'm not going to wish you death. But the difference is, if you wish me death, I will pray to Satan to make sure you get death.
Pray to Satan.
I want you. At that point, when you wish it on me, I want to make it happen to you. Not by my hands, because I don't want to get dirty. I'm clean. I wipe my ass and I take a shower, and I actually got like 25 different colognes and.
You're fancy, James, because FGC don't know about that life.
They
be
gotta
like,
remember.
I'm sleeping the same clothes all weekend.
Axe body spray is just a commercial, guys. If you spray it, girls don't gravitate to you.
They don't.
They actually know that you're wearing Axe, and they say, "This cheap bastard."
Yeah, seriously. But even still, if you're not showering, there may be like about 4 FGC hoes that may still suck your dick. And I'm sure that you can find them, and you all probably know who they are already. I will not name names because I'm not that fucked up, but I'm sure you all know who they are. So.
Tiger knee!
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's the FGC. My biggest concern with the FGC, in all honesty, at this point, I don't give a fuck who wins what. I want to make sure that the players in the FGC, the LGBT, LSD ones, and the girls and the guys that are into the Black Power crap, don't get stupid and go to these protests, because they're only going to get worse.
Right.
And, all of you who have your noble causes need to realize that you're not there because of your cause. You're there because you're a puppet that's expendable to the real cause, which has nothing to do with your cause. Because, let's be real, like we said before, you hate Trump for no reason besides his speech. His speech,
And that type of stuff is interesting. Like what you said earlier, it ends up being circumstantial. Like you'll wish for he is still a human being, regardless of whatever fucked up shit he has said. He's still a human being, and you want for human beings to have a good quality of life, but then it still depends.
Well, look at it this way: at the end of the election, he even came out. Now he called Hillary Clinton everything under the sun beyond, like, hey, she's a carpet muncher. He didn't do that. But when it was all said and done, he said she's a tough fighter. All of a sudden, all the rhetoric that they used was gone.
Yeah.
When the result happened. And you'll probably see Bill and Hillary go out on a date with fucking him and fucking Melania one night.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I had my day job that I quit last week. It was at the salon, and it was in this real like highfalutin like district of Chicago, and it was in a really nice hotel, but the salon wasn't owned by the hotel. So I went. I was like doing like appointment calls or something like that because the front desk girl wasn't there. So I was like, I'll just do it. It's whatever. So it was one woman who I called to remind her of her appointment who had come in. She was like, oh my gosh. She was like, oh, your voice is so beautiful. And she was like, you sound just like that lovely Melania Trump. And she was completely serious. And she was like an older white woman. And I was thinking, I'm like, wow, that's such an interesting statement.
See, you know what I would have said to you? You got a nice voice for a black chick.
Basically. Yeah. Because I'm like, I knew that it was time to quit then. Because I was like, okay. Like, the lovely Melania Trump. Okay, great. Peace out. I'm good.
But, again, I just don't want to see guys in the FGC. Like, I see, like, Sonic Fox, like, unfollowed me on Twitter.
Why?
I'm sure because I was pretty vocal about liking Trump.
Wow. People so blind. It's funny because the people who do those extreme measures are the same people that do not want to be judged for their decisions.
And it's like, again, he's a bisexual furry, and he's a nice kid.
He is a very sweet kid. I like Sonic Fox a lot.
I never judged him for his lifestyle and how he is. But yet you judge me on what? Because I voted for somebody that you think is against your people or your virtues or your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Without the motherfucker even getting in the office to do anything fucked up. Now, again, if he does fucked up shit, vote him out.
And it's so funny because do people forget that Omarosa existed? Like, she was like one of his main people that got famous off of his show. So, Omarosa is a black woman. So it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how people pick and choose. And like you said earlier, he is from New York, one of the most diverse places in the country. So that is the melting pot of our country.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's and again, nobody runs for politics in New York as a Republican and doesn't become center to center left.
Exactly.
When they get elected in. That's just the way it is. Now you get jerk-offs that are right that go even further to the right, but
true.
You never get, well, I mean, actually, I'm sorry, left and go further to the left.
Right.
Like this jerk off de Blasio that we have here now who makes Rahm Emanuel actually look like a good mayor. Rahm Emanuel did a good job. Like, how did you get reelected with all these blacks dying?
Yeah, like getting slaughtered. Like, it's not even, and it's funny because actually, even still when I worked at that salon and even in separate circumstances, because people will try to make small talk when they're getting services done, and I had a lot, and they were all white people, and a lot of them were people that weren't from Chicago. They were pretty much all people that were from Chicago.
Now watch this. Friday night, your question, would you have sex with a transsexual woman? Well, obviously you know that's true because I banged your sister and your mother. So why would you ask me that question?
So a lot of them, they would try to make small talk. Oh, so where are you from? Chicago? What part of town? I'm from the South Side, like the real South Side, not like like 35th Street, like the deep South Side. So they'd go, and it's funny because this literally happened probably at least 7 times that I had clients go, oh, so the stuff that's on the news, is that real? Like, is it really that, like, it's awful that so many people are being murdered. And I'm like, wow, you don't have any fucking tact. Like, thanks for making my whole neighborhood seem dangerous as fuck. Well,
I'm sorry.
Not saying that it isn't. I'm not saying that.
I don't know what's worse. To be honest, I don't know if parts of Brooklyn are worse than South Side or not, because I haven't been South Side in quite a while. But I mean,
I haven't been to Brooklyn since it was probably like 2 years ago. So, and Brooklyn actually when I was in Brooklyn, it reminded me of parts of Chicago.
Brooklyn went white.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Bronx.
We gentrified the shit out of it now.
Okay, that's what they're doing to certain parts of Chicago as well. Like certain parts of the South Side, a little bit of the West Side has been gentrified. So yeah, but it's, and not to say that there aren't parts of the South Side that aren't dangerous. There are some in my immediate neighborhood that are dangerous as fuck that I wouldn't go to. But you know, it's some stuff where it's kind of like that isn't the first that you should ask a stranger.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if I'm like working in a salon that you're coming to. You should probably have more tact than that. I don't ask you, oh, in your white neighborhood, are there any black people or Mexicans?
Well, I could answer that and say no.
Exactly.
We don't let them in.
Exactly. So why are you asking about
I live in Trump's apartments.
Right, exactly. Living in fucking Trump's apartments. Please. Like, it was just so, and the thing that was the most confusing about those situations was that they didn't understand that was wrong to ask. There's a much better way to ask that than ask me, are there really like 70 black people getting slaughtered every weekend? Like, thanks.
Oh,
you know, it's like, wow.
Low 727 said, can we get a room on the south side of the ghetto?
Okay, the Midway Monster said, Chicago crime is overblown because Obama is from the south side. Humboldt Park, which is right next to Inglewood, the roughest neighborhood in Chicago. I live on the border of Humboldt Park is actually north. Humboldt Park is like Puerto Rican neighborhood. Basically, it's predominantly Puerto Rican.
Probably where Friday Night TV lives.
Probably. I live in the border of Inglewood and Chatham. Inglewood is one of the worst neighborhoods in Chicago. That is true. Inglewood is kind of where all of the nightmare shit happens. And then more so in the Wild Wild Hundreds. So like past 95th Street, when it starts to go into the hundreds on the south side, that is also, it's weird because the south side of Chicago will be like the ghetto, then it'll be really nice, then it'll be the ghetto. Because there's an area called Mount Greenwood on the south side of Chicago, which is racist as fuck, and it always has been. But it's a lot of like police officers, families that live there, and like firefighter families and stuff like that. But then there are also like rich people, like it'll be like judges and lawyers and shit. So my question is this. My question is this: why is Chicago so fucked up and nobody doing dick about it? You know, I wish I had a good answer to that question.
I mean, again, you know, this goes hand in hand with the Hillary thing, you know, with black votes. Like Rahm Emanuel's been the mayor now for what? How many years? A while.
Yeah, he has been the mayor for a while. And he is best friends with okay, so the show it was on HBO, I believe, Entourage. One of the characters who it was based on, I didn't watch too much of Entourage, but that one of those characters is Rahm Emanuel's real life best friend. Okay. Like the guy who it was based on. So Rahm Emanuel was very...
What is he? What is he?
Like his racial background?
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. He's like, I feel like he's a bunch of stuff.
I think he's an Arab Jew mixed with a douchebag.
But yeah, I think with a douchebag. Let's see. Let's Google it. Rahm. There we go. It came right up. Let's see what
Don't tell me he's one of those fucking Chicago Greeks.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, the Greeks.
Is he?
Let's see. No, I'm looking it up now. Oh, he was elected a couple days before my birthday. He's been in office since
Like
2000.
7, 8.
Yeah, 2008, I believe.
Rom is Jewish.
So he is. Yeah, he. In 2011, he was elected Chicago's first Jewish mayor. So he's. I guess he's just Jewish. Let me see early life and family. Yeah, he's Jew. Oh no, yeah, he's Jewish and Arabic.
See, I told. Damn, am I good or what?
You are pretty good.
Arab Jew,
Yeah,
I
he's
knew
Jewish
it.
and Arabic.
That Rom Emanuel, it's just sounds.
Emmanuel, yeah.
I used to jerk off to a porn about Emmanuel.
What?
Yeah. It was a girl though.
I mean, I'm assuming so.
I'm just saying, it was a girl. It was just Emmanuel.
Okay, so the main thing that Rahm Emanuel has been pinnacle in doing in Chicago is making the entertainment industry a bigger deal. Because obviously we had like the Dark Knight Batman movie, and after that, like Boss with Kelsey Grammer was filmed here, and then we had some other stuff in between that. But once he became mayor, obviously we had all of the Chicago Fire, PD, Medical, Law, all of those Chicago shows. Empire is filmed here. Shameless is filmed here. It's a bunch of shit shot here. So that was his thing.
So
he did bring a lot of work here, but on the same token, you're not fixing all fucking black people getting slaughtered. You know.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
By violent crime. He
literally is, and I hate to say it, a Jewish guy gentrifying a neighborhood by getting people killed.
Yep. Okay, so actually, there we go. Diamond Dog 278 said the agent on Entourage is based on. That's who I was thinking of. Thank you so much, because I didn't watch Entourage.
Your mic is breaking up. You sound far away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
But yeah, I like I said, I definitely don't like him. I never did. Something about him. He just looks shifty.
He to me, I agree with that.
And the problem is, you know, he reminds me of Robert De Niro. Like when Robert De Niro was cursing out Trump, I'll put you in the nose. You shut up, you're a 2'2" fucking actor.
Oh my God, no.
You're a 2'2" fucking actor who pretends he's a mobster. You're an actor. You're an actor. You're not going and punch nobody in the mouth. So why would you say something stupid? I wish Trump was like, yo, let's take it to UFC.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm going to be president in January 20th. January 18th, UFC 206. Trump versus De Niro.
Exactly.
But, you know, they wouldn't do that, of course. But, you know, it's like, even though he brought some of the movie shit there, you know, he's bringing other shit in, but not taking care of what's there.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you kind of got to look at it and go, listen, if it was like one person getting shot every couple of fucking months, you're talking like 3 or 4 people a day.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's
that's insane.
That is, like, some of it is exaggerated, but some of it is extremely real.
I mean, you guys got the record for a reason. That's not exaggerated.
No, it isn't. You know, like, I mean, some of it is not as extreme as the media portrays it, but for a good example, like, I don't know, 4th of July weekend last year, I think it was, or the year before that, when it was like 70 people shot over the weekend, that was real. So that shit does happen. So, you know,
70 people killed over the weekend. Gun violence.
Shot. Not all of them were killed, but shot at least. That's still fucked up. But, you know, yeah, it's real. Chirac is real. So it's people that like joke about it and that think that it's like not a real. That's real. It's very real.
Friday night, I will bring the porn stars back on the show soon. You gotta let me re-fix all my shit here. You know, I kind of just threw this together tonight, you know, for the hell of it. But I gotta tweak a lot of shit here. I just like loaded a whole bunch of shit on here, and it's not gonna be easy. I need a weekend, but this weekend I'm working fucking Friday to Sunday straight through.
Yeah, I work tomorrow actually. I need to like get some sleep soon.
Yeah, we're actually gonna wrap this up. You know, we were gonna go like another 3 hours, but Fright Night TV pissed me the fuck off. So now I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna jerk off to some porn, go to bed, and get up at 5.
Yeah, I have to wake up soonish too. Not at 5, luckily, but
and she's gonna jerk off too twice.
What? Don't put my business out there, James.
All right, just once.
So can I turn my video on to like wave goodbye
yes,
to everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, because like that was why my video was off, guys, because it was
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the bandwidth. I got to figure out why my bandwidth is kind of.
Figure out how we can do it.
I got to, like I said, you know, this was. I mean, I literally hit her up today. Damn, James gonna jerk off at the same time as Limbo. No, sorry, Wizzle. He's gonna jerk off thinking about me. Yes, we have. Yes, wave to us. He wants you to wave.
Hi, guys.
Wave to Limbo, baby. Wow.
Wait.
He's from Chicago. Be careful. He's fucking...
Who is Limbo?
Limbo Dog is this dude that he lives in Chicago. He's got a cute kid. He got a little wetback daughter that looks like Dora.
Oh, like
Dora. Actually, yeah, like a cute kid. I don't know how this ugly motherfucker made a cute kid, but then I seen his wife, and his wife was hot, so we went out on a date, and now he's got a son and a daughter.
Oh wow!
Thanks to me.
I have very little fear of people because I've seen a lot of shit in my life. So, I mean, some people are scary, but I don't get scared of FGC people. So.
Yeah, no, he's harmless. He's harmless.
Is who really a porn star? FKO Space Exploration. I'm not a porn star. I think he's talking about actual porn stars to be on the show.
Yeah, no, I've had porn stars on the show a couple times.
Yeah, I think that this person.
Oh, she is not a porn star, guys.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
The wife don't need to know. He said, "Can we smash?"
Wow.
You know what, though? You know what? You should take him up on that.
No, thank you.
Smash him and let me know when it happens so I can get him divorced and he has to pay out his ass for the rest of his fucking life. I'll wreck his fucking life.
Well, James, I'm so excited that we had this show. I think it was so difficult.
Yeah,
like,
it started out like I said. My biggest problem was I set everything up and then I didn't actually test the connection. And for some reason, with the new version of XSplit, I don't know. I don't even know how I got it working, to be honest. But it is working. I got to tweak it though. I'll do some test streams during the week when I get a chance. I got to get backgrounds and all that other good shit back again.
You will, but I think that this was a cool first stream. So
James is trying to have me match him in divorced life. No, I want you to pass me. Okay, the difference is you got 2 kids you're going to have to pay for.
Oh, someone, LOH727 said, entertainment industry, what do you do? I do makeup, mostly makeup. I do hair too, for the entertainment industry. I'm not going to say specifically what, or what things I've worked on, but yeah. So that's what I do.
Yes, we're draining the FGC swamp. We're going to be exposing the fucked up people and exposing ourselves.
True, yeah. It will be very. We've exposed a couple of people tonight, actually, not even on purpose,
Yeah,
just like in passing.
you'll get the messages in the morning. They told you not to fucking do the show.
You know, oh my God. Okay, just a really quick tidbit. Way back when I was first on your show, during when I still had my Women of the FGC group, I had so many people that I will not name that did not want me to be on your show. And they were so against it, and like, oh, don't do it. It's going to make our community look bad. And I'm like, I have tact. Like, I know how to carry myself. Do y'all think I'm just going to go and slander people that are my friends? I'm not. I'm going to talk about a specific thing. So, yeah, but I mean, and then years later, we're still friends. Yeah. And now I'm co-hosting your show with you. So,
but as Paul Kamizu says, well, next time, will she wear more webcam girl outfits on the On Blast show?
Webcam girl outfit. What is a webcam girl?
Well, I was going to come with my dick dingling in the wind. And I was going to do the whole show standing up.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess they're asking for the boobs to hang out or something, you know.
Oh, my God. This is so thirsty. FGC.
Yes, we're building the wall here, no good. Around the FGC to trap you motherfuckers in it.
Oprah is Hollywood now. Oprah is Hollywood. She don't live here no fucking more. Oprah literally moved to Hollywood.
She did, right? She moved out of Chicago. I figured that.
Yeah, she does not fuck with us.
Korn is going to steal it. No, Korn don't steal.
They don't. Stop blaming them for things. They're actually really nice people. They're all adults.
Don't ruin their reputations.
True, right. Exactly.
They steal everything, man. One time I was at an event, and they said, and all caps said, "Come here, Whitey." And I was scared, and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm afraid." And Footwork grabbed me and said, "White boy, we're gonna fuck you like jail." And I said, "But I was in jail and nobody fucked me." And they said, "You were in jail?" None of us ever been in jail. We don't do bad shit. And they bought me drinks and hung out with me, and they were great guys.
Oh, man. What an experience.
It was an experience. Let me tell you something. I have to explain to my 2-year-old son that a racist president is in the White House.
Yeah.
He don't understand how to say hello and mommy yet, but I got to explain it to him at 2. Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. All you guys, thank you for tuning in. We will try to upload this tomorrow, hopefully.
Yay! Thank you guys for hanging out with us, because this was a whole big, it was an ordeal, but we made it. And thank you all for watching us.
No, I don't do that, chaopathic. I like Hillary. I don't grab women like that.
Someone just said that I work at a burlesque house. I totally don't. I don't even think there are burlesque house in Chicago.
Do they even exist anymore at all? Maybe in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Where is that?
Vegas, maybe?
Would that be New Orleans? Anyway. All right, James.
All right, I'm going to let you go. We'll talk tomorrow when I'm functional, hopefully. And did a good job.
Yay! I thank you so much.
So, guys, give me a 1 if she gets the seal of approval to stay and become the permanent co-host, or 2, which tells me to jerk off tonight. They don't have much of an option at that point.
That's true.
Because I'm going to jerk off whether they put 2 or 1. Black people don't do burlesque. See, look at that. We got 1s. We're getting the 1s. See, you're golden.
Oh, am I saved?
You're saved.
Oh, yay!
Uh-oh, look at this. You're getting all the 1s.
Aw, thank you, guys.
Yes, permanent co-host, fucking Limbo. Yes, if she sends me some Italian fiesta.
What? Oh, that's really funny, actually.
I don't even know what it means.
Who am I? Oh, Italian fiesta is a thin crust pizza from the South Side that's actually really good. Even though you hate our pizza, it's not deep dish.
Wait. Thin crust? How thin crust? Like matzo thin crust or like regular Neapolitan thin crust?
What is Neapolitan?
The regular round pie, the New York style.
Oh no! It's round. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
She's staying in. James jerks off. There you go, Des Game. You got it. It's a pizza place. I want to go to Comet Pizza in Washington, D.C.
I've never been to Washington.
It's pretty bad. Like once you get outside the government shit, it's bad.
Oh, I've heard that. Actually,
listen. Anytime you go to a college town, it's always in a bad neighborhood. It don't matter how good. Just one thing: she needs to be on video the entire time.
I was just about to read it to you.
I'm confused. This is a Street Fighter stream. Yes, it is. Me and her are Street Fighters.
We are like for real Street Fighters.
Yeah, like
not
this,
like the game.
Like we don't play the video. like one day I punched fucking that guy that plays Street Fighter. What's his name? Daigo. So fucking hard in the mouth. He cried for like a month. In fact, I knocked him out like a week ago. There's videos of him all knocked out. Same thing with that guy Justin Wong. I knocked him out too.
Oh, Justin and friends.
Beat their whole gang up. I'll beat their whole gang up. Except for Chris G and Knuckle Do. I like them.
Yeah, I agree. Chris G is real cool. I know one of my friends is real cool with Knuckle Do. I've never like talked to him one-on-one, but he seems like a nice person.
No, he's a good kid. He's definitely a good kid.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I'm wrapping this up. She's going to sleep. I'm
going to work in the morning.
I'm going to beat the meat, and then I'm going to sleep. Because it's 3:42. I don't even get to beat the meat. I got to get ready for work.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
We will talk tomorrow.
We will.
All right.
Bye.
All right, guys. I'm going to try to get this video uploaded tomorrow. I really don't have any official music to play, so fuck it. Let's play this.